Yes, Ashwini, I'm able to see your screen.
This meeting is being recorded.
And my Power BI.
Mhm.
Power
Did
BI
you
desktop.
save the Power BI that you have worked yesterday?
Yes.
So there is
Yes,
an
I did.
okay, that's wonderful. Let's see. I'm not
Just a
okay.
minute.
Okay, yes.
Just take time to open.
Okay, yes, that's absolutely fine. Can you help me with the this thing? What I can say, script. Was that a measure or how is it?
Yes, it was a major.
So sure, sir.
Where
Can
we
you?
where we doing the 3 more majors,
Sure, sir.
like sum or
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Where is it? Can you show me so that I can help you?
give me a second.
Oh, you want to create a measure.
Yeah.
If you remember the name of the measure, we can actually search. I think we have created a sales YTD. Okay.
Like I need to enter PVSR. Okay.
Okay. PVSR.
Now I choose Control
Hello.
plus Enter.
Okay.
But this is showing that these shortcuts, these pop up. So
Yes.
keyboard
Yes.
shortcuts, so
You
screen, but
are absolutely right. So I think hope you remember. I told Shift Enter. Okay. We must not just say Enter. We have to say Shift Enter. Hope you
okay,
remember
I will.
that. Say Shift Enter.
Actually, for the second step, you said Control plus Enter. Then for the third step, you said we have to choose the Shift plus Enter.
No, no. So now you have to say I will help you out. Can you say can you type Shift Enter? Okay, you can
Okay.
write var var.
Now I'm got it.
Okay, so
I got it.
you can write it and try to use Shift Enter itself. Okay,
Okay, okay.
okay. Don't use Control Enter. Okay, please make sure
Thanks.
this. Okay, that's wonderful, guys. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let me bring this out here and let me share my screen. I'll say screen one itself. Okay, that's wonderful. So today, till now, what we have actually done is we have tried to do various types of dashboarding. Okay. So as soon as you know, okay, in Power BI, okay, as soon as you build any kind of dashboard or something like that, so you have an option to publish it. So I want to show you how to publish a dashboard, but before going ahead, before explaining that, I basically want to show you the Power BI service. Okay, so for today, what we will be doing is we will be using Power BI service. People who have licenses, okay, people who have Power BI license. So what they can actually do is they can just give me a minute. Oh, I hope everyone is able to see my screen again. So, okay. I hope everyone is able to see my screen again. Okay. So here, whenever you are going to use Power BI, so there is an option called as in web browser, there is an option called as app.powerbi.com. Okay. So this is the website which is actually available. So please make sure that you have to use Power BI on any browser. Either it can be a Chrome, either it can be an Edge or something like that. But on default, okay, this Edge browser is going to be used as a default browser for apps.powerbi. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say apps. Okay, app.powerbi.com. Okay, so something like this will actually pop up. Okay, wherein we have to provide our this thing, what I can say, user ID and everything. Just give me a minute. Let me log into this. Okay, so it is right now I have an authentication. So that's the reason it is asking me an authentication. So I will say I don't have the app right now. I want to send a text verification. So there will be a text that will be coming into my mobile so that I will basically put it out there. So people who have Power BI licenses, okay, so even they can also log into their Power BI because I want to do certain checks. Okay. Okay. So that is 943,149. Okay, yes. Don't show me this again. I will say yes. So now I am into my Power BI. So this is an area where we can actually consume the dashboard, which basically mean if you are creating any kind of dashboards or something like that, you have that access here. For example, I have created something called as D Power BI dashboard. Okay, so if I'm going to open this, okay, permission required. Okay, you have a free version. Okay, no worries. Right now it is saying that I have a free version. It is asking me to upgrade. I will just say upgrade it. Okay, so I can actually see my licenses as well. Oh, just give me a minute. Before going ahead, I just want to show you my licenses as well. I can click on this icon. I will say not now. I can click on this icon. So here I will be able to see my licensing part. So right now it is free. I will also help you how to assign and reassign the licenses. For this will be available only for admins. Okay, but for today's topic, we also have admin controls as well. So tomorrow, if you are going to be the admin for your organization, I will also teach you how to basically help you with that. Okay, so right now I'm using a free license. So Power BI service can be used without any license. So you are able to see that I can actually see this particular thing. I can actually go from one to another, see here, one to another. Okay, so all these things. So here, there is an option which has been popped up saying that, hey, you want Power BI license to be get upgraded. I will say yes. Okay, so because to teach, I need this particular license. So I'm just going to say upgrade. Then it will take me to something called as Microsoft Administration Center. Okay, so here I need to do the basic payments and everything. Okay, so I need to provide my GST and all these details. Okay, and then I have to say place order. Okay, so as soon as the processing will be done, okay, so I will be upgraded. I will get a Power BI license. Okay, your order, thank you for your order. So I got a confirmation. Okay, I got a Power BI Pro license. Okay, just give me a minute. If I go to my Power BI this thing, I'll be able to use my Power BI Pro license. So right now I have this. Okay, I have this. So okay, that's good. So I'm just going to say app.powerbi.com. So right now I'm inside this Power BI, wherein we have a couple of things called as home, create, data hub, goals, applications, shared with me, workspace, and my workspace. Okay, people who have created this Power BI services, okay, they will be having this workspace on a default. Okay, all of the people will be having this workspace, and you can actually go into this, okay, workspace and actually have a check on the dashboard that you have actually created. So I have created something called as retail analytics. So these are the various types of visualizations I have created for my previous tutorial. Okay, so I will be able to see all of those visualizations here. Okay, so here I can also even download these visualizations. Okay, so here I have something called as export option. Just give me a minute, it is taking a bit of time. So here I have an option to export it as well. So I can actually export it to an Excel. I can export it to PowerPoint, or else even I can export it to a PDF as well. Okay, so the same dashboard will get what I can say, downloaded into the PDF version. Okay, but it won't be interactive or something like that, or these kind of things. There are certain issues with what I can say, downloading or exporting these this thing. For example, I'm just going to say that I want to export it to the PDF format. So if I'm going to do that, only the visuals will be able to be seen, but I repeat again, but I won't be able to see the actual content. I mean, I won't be able to apply any kind of slicer, any kind of filter. I won't be able to drill down the visualizations. All these difficulties will be available with the Power BI. I mean, I just give you a small idea here. Similarly, if you have uploaded the dashboard to the Power BI service, and tomorrow or day after tomorrow, let's assume the system got corrupted and you lost your system, you are not able to recover any of the Power BI dashboards that you have created long back, let's assume. Or else you have hired a person, okay, who had actually worked on the Power BI dashboard, and he is not he had actually deleted that or formatted that particular laptop or something like that, and you are not able to recover it from the hard drive. So here you have an option in files where you can actually download the Power BI. Just give me a minute. Okay, see here, this is the Excel file, this is the PDF file that I will discuss later. But here I have an option to download the PBX file. So if I'm going to say download, the PBX file will get exported into Power BI, and I will be able to access it, edit it, and again re-upload it. So I have all these three options here. Okay, and adding to that, if I want to embed the dashboard, for example, if you have a website or an application or something like that, where you want to use these this thing, what I can say, dashboards. So here you will get embedding scripts as well. So here you will get embedding scripts as well. Oh, right now I don't have the admin control. So here you have an embedding script which you have to pick it up and give it to the web developer, or if you know web development, you can actually paste that particular code in the specified format. You will be able to see that particular dashboard using an API on the website. Okay, so if you have an internal website, because many of the organizations these days have internal websites or a SharePoint website, okay, or a shared drive website. So in that case, you can actually access these dashboards in that particular this thing, what I can say, area as well. So these kind of things can be made possible. Okay, and here again, you have an option to print this particular page, which is actually not a desired one, or which is not the one which is not a ideal task to be done. Okay, so these are some of the options which are actually available with Power BI service. Okay, and adding to that, here, for example, let's assume you have a small team or a small group or something like that. Oh, it's actually asking me to buy the license. No worries, I have bought the license. I will just assign it to my, okay. Before that, I just have something called as share. By just clicking on that share, I can even get a link so that I can share that particular link to someone else. He will click that particular link and he'll be able to visualize the dashboard. So all these kind of things can be done here. Okay, you can actually do Teams chat interaction. You can say get insights. So there are various things. We will be understanding it in a very detailed aspect. But meanwhile, so let me go to something called as admin control. So this is a small layout that is actually available. We will be discussing about this in a very detailed aspect today. But meanwhile, okay, what I'm actually saying is we will directly jump into something called as okay, admin controls. Because this admin control is a very powerful tool. For example, let's assume you are an admin and you have been, your organization is been hiring a couple of Power BI developers. Okay, so it is not something like a candidate is just getting onboarded into your organization and you're not going to provide him the necessary license. So here, if you are an admin, so you will have this particular access. Okay, so there is something called as home. Okay, so home here you will actually get details on how much is your balance and how much you have actually spent for your Power BI and all these details. And here inside this there is something called as users. Okay, so here in this users, okay, I can say something called as active users, how many active users I have. Okay, so here I'm able to see that I have a candidate called as Poonam. Yes, Poonam is one of our Power BI developer. Along with that, this is me, okay, Sangamesh KS. And along with that, we also have one employee called as Varun CV. Okay, even he is also a Power BI developer. Okay, so here what we have done is we can actually see that, okay, Power BI, Poonam is been using Power BI free license, and Sangamesh is also using Power BI free license, and even we can see that Varun is also using Power BI free license. Okay, so here you have an option to upgrade the license. For example, let's assume you are buying one Power BI license. So here you can actually assign that particular Power BI license to someone else. Okay, so what I can actually do is here I have an option called as more action right here. Okay, I can just click on this more actions. Okay, I can say manage product license. Okay, I can say manage product license. Okay, so here I have various options. So here I have something called as Microsoft Team Exploratory, which basically means I have also assigned the Microsoft Team license to these candidates. So you can actually see that particular thing. And adding to that, here there is something called as Power BI free license, which is ultimate, which basically means any organization, any person who is going to join your organization, you can actually command them saying that, okay, let take or assign a free Power BI to him or something like that. So this is completely unlimited. So let's assume you have 99 people, you can assign those 99 Power BI license to them. Okay, it's absolutely free. What is the difference between Power BI free license and a pro license and a premium license? In Power BI free license, you can actually build a license, access the dashboard from your this thing, what I can say, service, Power BI service, but you cannot collaborate with the teams. For example, let's assume there are 2 to 3 Power BI developers. Let's assume we are 2 to 3 Power BI developers. I am sitting here in Karnataka and you are sitting in Aurangabad. Okay, and we and part of dashboard has been built by me and part of dashboard is been built by someone else in Ahmednagar or Ahmedabad. So what is going to happen here is I'm doing the data preparation and visualization, petty visualization, and formatting part is done by someone else. So in normally in Power BI teams, we tend to do that. So one person will build the model, one person will do the visualization, one person will do the beautification part, something like this. So here what will actually happen is, so if I have free license, the collaboration part can be difficult. I won't say that it is impossible, but it can be difficult because the sharing and collaborating part is not going to be available with free license. Okay, I want to go back to my Power BI licensing part. Hope you remember. Okay, if I'm going to open this Power BI licensing part, okay, Power BI license. Okay, if I'm going to say Power BI licensing, okay, if you are going to see this particular part, the first condition that is, see here, publishing report to share and collaborate. So that is available with pro, premium and per capacity, but not with Power BI, not with Power BI free version. So the same problem is with this. Okay, sharing and collaborating can be really difficult for free versions. So for that particular thing, you need at least a pro license. I'm just going to show you a pro license. I will also explain you the premium license and everything. But meanwhile, I'm just helping you out with this particular part. Okay, so so this is how things actually look for Power BI. Like you have admin control, and these are the things which are going to be available with you. Okay, for example, if I want to assign Power BI Pro license, see here, I have bought only one Power BI license for now. Okay, so now I want to assign it to Sangamesh. Okay, I can say Sangamesh. Okay, and I'm done. Okay, and I'm done. Okay, so see here. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to say, okay, I'm just going to click again. Let me have a check. I will say licensing and app. Okay, still it is Power BI listing itself. Let me, okay, Power BI licensing. I'm not getting the save option here. That's absolutely fine. Okay, and here I think I have done that particular thing. Okay, let's see. Yes, I have free license till now. Let me change it to manage product license. Yes, it is available. Power BI. Let me say Power BI. No, I'm just going to remove that Power BI Pro license. I will say select all. That's absolutely fine.
Bottom you have an option called save.
Sorry. Yes, I do need to. I need to get that save, but unfortunately, it has been hidden somewhere.
We can see that. We can see that.
I'm not able to see, unfortunately.
Just go to license and app.
Yep. Yes, sorry, it was my, this thing was been hidden here. That's, thank you very much here. Okay. So right now, we have actually upgraded our license to this thing, what I can say, Pro license. So I'm able to see this. And if I'm going to go here as well, so here I will be able to see, I mean, the Power BI, Pro license. Okay. I'm just going to say apps.powerbi, apps.powerbi, app.powerbi.com. So I can actually have a check here as well. Okay, I will be having this Pro license as of now. Let's see. It's getting loaded. Yep, it's Pro. Similarly, first we will understand the Pro version today. So tomorrow, for tomorrow's class, we will also get introduced to the premium license as well. Okay, so here, what we can actually do is, for example, if you want to add a new user or something like that, you can also add a new user. Okay, so you can put his name, okay, his display name, his particular username. Here, instead of on Microsoft.com, you will be having your organization name. Okay, if you choose, I repeat again, if you choose to get a free license or get a on Microsoft.com for a personal use, so this is how the panel is going to look like. And similarly, if you can also delete users as well. For example, here I have deleted one of a user called as Mark. Okay, and you can see his email as well. So if I want to restore it or something like that, I can actually do that. Or else if I want to export the deleted users, or I mean deleted user information, I can also do that as well. Okay, so hope you're able to see that. Okay, so here there are also a couple of things like billing information, how many Power BI services you have, how many licenses you have, how many licenses you have dedicated to someone else. All this information can be actually seen here. I mean, can be seen here. Okay, so these are some kind of things. Adding to that, you also have something called as guest users. So for example, if you have someone who is outside the organizations or something like that, you can also choose them to add it here in Power BI as well, so that they can actually access the dashboards as well. So even this kind of options are also available in Power BI. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Nitin, Vivek, Amol, Rathod, Ashwini, Suneet, Akash, Usare, Vijay Samant, Sanjay Goel. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions, guys? No. Thank you, Sanjay. How about others? How about others, guys? How about others? Amol say no. Sanjay say no. How about others? Vijay, Akash, Suneet, Ashwini, Rathod, Nitin, Vivek. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your comments. So as of now, you have understood how to play around with the admin controls, how to add a user, number one, how to delete a user, okay, and along with that, how to basically change the licensing part, okay. So all these things can be done in admin controls, okay. And now we are back to something called as Power BI. Okay, so this is the landing page. This is the landing page, or it is also called as a home page. Before we start exploring the workspace and everything, I just want to give you a small idea that there are various things which are actually out here. In home, you here on the top, you will get the frequently used dashboards, and it will be completely different. Which basically means I have a Power BI license and I may use the dashboards differently, and someone else may use the dashboard differently. So here will be a personal preference that will be provided to each and everyone. Okay, and here you can actually click on the dashboard. For example, here we have something called a sample. I can click on the sample and I can directly access this particular dashboard here. Okay, I can directly access this particular dashboard here, something like this. And adding to that, I can also check a couple of things like, if I have multiple pages or something like that, if I have landing pages or something like that, okay, I can do all these activities here. Hope you are able to get it. Okay, hope you are able to get it. And let's assume there are certain changes that you have to make. I repeat, there are certain changes that you have to make. Okay, in that case, it can be really difficult. It can be really difficult to download this particular dashboard and do the editing and republish it. It can be difficult. Agree with me? So in that case, Power BI is also providing you an edit option. Power BI is also going to provide you an edit option. So if I'm going to say edit, okay, if I'm going to say edit, so I will be able to see the same, okay, UI UX, okay, of a Power BI. Okay, I can click on any specific visual. I can actually delete it. I can add another visualization here. I can actually add another visualization. I can also create visualizations. And interestingly, these things are actually happening from Power BI service, not from Power BI desktop, not by Power BI desktop. Hope you are clear on this particular part. So right now, I'm just going to create a small visualization. Just give me a minute, guys. So I'm just going to say, don't summarize. That's it. Okay, it's don't summarize. That's it. Okay, so I can even resize it. So the look and feel of this particular thing is very, very similar to various other parts. Hope you're able to get it. Okay, and here I also have a couple of options wherein I can save this. I can say save as, or else I can even say download this. Anything is fine. So if I'm going to say save, okay, it will be saved. Okay, see, the report has been saved. I can go to my home page. See here, I can actually go to my home page and I can actually do this any activity. But what really happens in Power BI desktop, okay, if you are not going to save and if you're just going to jump from one page to another or something like that, it can be really difficult. I think I have some questions here. Background noise is coming like hammering. I'm extremely sorry here. Okay, so I will look into this. Sorry. Thank you very much, Sharma. Okay, for conveying. I hope the audio is a bit clear here, isn't it? Ashwini, my audio is good now. Okay, that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
So how? Sorry, I didn't get you. It's good, right? Okay, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. So again, I can even open this. So the advantage of using Power BI inside Power BI service, okay, is it's good to have Power BI visualizations in here. But one of again the bad part is it happens with us. Okay, so we build our dashboards here, and we don't download and we don't update the current visualizations. So there is a huge problem that may actually happen. I will explain that particular thing. For example, here you have a dashboard. Okay, I'm just going to download this. Okay, I'm just going to download this. Okay, which is going to have three visualization. One is called as landing page, one is called as RAD, and one is called as employee performance. Okay, so I have this particular visualization. Okay, I can actually open this particular Power BI sample PBX. Okay, so I can even see this particular dashboard as well. But the problem arises when I'm going to edit here. Okay, when I'm going to edit here. Okay, so let's assume I'm going to delete this particular visualization. Give me a minute. I'm just going to delete this particular visualization. Okay, and now I don't have any of this visualization which is out here. So let me delete the whole page itself. Let me delete the whole page itself. Okay, so now people are able to see something called as landing page and something called as RAD. Okay, so these are the two different visualization that you are going to see. But what really happens here in Power BI, okay, this is my Power BI. So here I have these three: landing page, RAD, and employee. So what really happens here? If I'm going to save this and if I'm going to come out of it, so I'm going to say save, and if I'm going to come out of this, okay, this Power BI is not been updated. This Power BI is not been updated. So that is one reason you always need to make sure you have to download it again, and you have to delete the previous dashboard that you have. Please make sure this particular part. This is point number one. And similarly, for example, if you want to upload the Power BI or something like that, it's very, very simple. First, we have to sign in into our Power BI. So we have to provide our email ID. So I don't know what is my email ID. I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to copy my email ID, which is out here. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go here and I'm just going to paste it out here. Okay, so there will be a bit of authentication that will be asked, like there will be an authentication saying that is it your Power BI or something like that. Okay, so after that it will be done. Okay, I'm just going to go say okay. I'm just going to say reset. Just give me 1 minute. That's absolutely fine. I'm just going to paste it out here. I'm going to say next. Let me try once. I think this might be the one. Yes, this is the one. I can't use my Microsoft Authenticator. I'm just going to say my mobile. So there will be a SMS that will be coming to my mobile. I'm just going to provide that code there. Okay, now I have connected my Power BI with my desktop. Please make sure before you publish any of your dashboards or any of your work, please make sure that you have to first log in. Okay, if you cannot log in, you won't be able to use it. And adding to that, for example, you might be confused where your Power BI login is, whether it is on your Edge or Chrome or Firefox. There might be a bit of confusion. So in that case, here you have your name. Just you click on your name. Okay, as soon as you click on your name, so there will be an option that will pop up which will say view my account and Power BI service. You can just click on this Power BI service. It will take you to the Power BI service account. Okay, so right now it is actually asking me to sign in. That I can actually do. After that, I will be able to use Power BI service. Adding to that, if I'm actually done with this particular this thing, what I can say, development, what I can actually do is I can just say publish. Okay, they are saying save. Okay, they will say this particular thing. Right now I'm just going to say my workspace and I'm going to say select. Okay, so right now it is prompting me. See here, right now it is actually prompting me saying that there is a dashboard. There is a dashboard. There is a Power BI report which is called as okay, sample itself. So if I'm going to say replace, okay, if I'm going to say replace, the Power BI dashboard that I have just shown, where I have actually deleted the landing page, okay, that will be replaced with the one which is the latest that we have uploaded right now. So that is one reason, okay, whenever you are building your Power BI reports, please make sure, okay, if you are doing any change in Power BI service, try to download it and try to update it in your local server as well. This is the first this thing, what I can say, tip that I can provide you. Second tip that I want to provide you is, is that you must never, I repeat again, you must never, for example, here I have my workspace, okay, called as my workspace. Okay, I have something called as my workspace. I'm just going to go to my workspace. Yes, that's the one. Okay, so I have three information. One is called as all, one is called as content, and third is called as data sets and data flows. So there is something called as in my workspace. In my workspace, I have all, I have content, I have data set and data flows. Please make sure this particular part. Please make sure this particular part. So if I'm going to go for data set and data flows, I repeat again, if I'm going to go for data sets and data flows, okay, I will be able to see couple of names here. The same name, I repeat again, with the same name, I am actually having this content as well. Can you see that? I can actually see this content as well, which is actually having the same. So there is something called as a sample. Okay, here also I have something called as sample. So here also I have something called a SQL underscore server DB. Here also I have SQL underscore server DB. So here if you see, you might be having one. Here also you might be having one. So right now I think we have deleted that particular data source. Okay, so here every single dashboard, I repeat again, every single dashboard will have, see here, right now I'm inside this Power BI service. Every single dashboard has an option to basically refresh it. Okay, here you have an option. Here you have an option to refresh the dashboard. Okay, see here, I can actually click on this. All the dashboard data will get refreshed. All the dashboard data will get refreshed. So if I'm going to go back to this data, okay, so here in Workspace, if you see this here in Workspace, I have something called as sample. Okay, here also I have something called as sample. I must never, please remember this. I must never delete this. I must never delete this. Okay, so if there is one dashboard that is going to get published, I repeat again, if there is one dashboard which is going to get published called as sample, okay, there will be a data set called as sample that will be also uploaded. Okay, I will just give you one example here. Okay, so right now it is 247. I uploaded this Power BI service, the Power BI dashboard, which was in my local system at something like 244. Okay, so you are able to see this particular 244. I can actually click on this refresh here. I can actually click on this refresh and the data will get refreshed like this. So if it is able to, fetch the data source, it will be able to showcase that. So let's assume, this particular data source, this particular data, okay, was not able to find the source, was not able to find the Excel file or CSV file or, the SQL server. It will provide an exclamatory mark like this, an exclamatory mark like this. So whenever you see an exclamatory mark like this, it means that the data refresh has not happened. The data refresh has not happened. Okay, so these are some kind of things that you have to know before publishing the dashboards. Okay, hope you are clear on this particular part. Do you have any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Akash, Amol, Ashwini, Rathod, Nitin, Sanjay, Suneet, Vijay, Vivek. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Vivek, any questions, guys? Thank you very much. So I just want to give you a small break, okay, wherein I want you to basically, can we copy paste? Can you be a little bit specific, Nitin, what we can copy paste? You can copy paste visuals and everything to show our result instead of publishing. No, sir, you have to publish the dashboard. What I assume that instead of publishing the dashboard, can I copy? Okay, so can you be a little bit specific, sir, in PPT? Sir, you have an option. I just want to explain that. For example, I'm just going to open a random project. Okay. So here I have a visualization like this. Okay. Yes.
What we were asking that if suppose I cannot publish that, but whatever I am making using these BI desktops and other things, can we copy and paste them directly, say PowerPoint or any other places, or it need to be published only? I have to use this pro feature only and then publish it for disseminating this information to my readers.
See, there is one option where you can actually export it to PowerPoint, and it is a recent update. I just let give me 1 minute, okay?
Power BI desktop app to PowerPoint can be possible?
No. From Power BI PowerPoint, you can actually publish to Power BI service to Power BI PowerPoint, and adding to that, you can also interact with the Power BI dashboard. For example, here, if I'm going to click on this thing, what I can say, option like total sales. Okay, total sales. I'm able to see this total sales. Okay, can you see that? Similarly, these kind of interaction can be done inside PPT. I repeat again, inside PPT. This is the latest update which actually happened yesterday or day before yesterday. Okay, so I will just show you Power BI. Okay, so just give me a minute. It's 2016. So this is the latest version change which is actually happening. I think Power BI PowerPoint interaction. So Power BI has been working on the same. Yesterday I got an update that this feature has been enabled. Okay, either it has been enabled here in India, I don't have that clarity, but this can be done. You can control your what I can say, Power BI. See here, yesterday itself we got this update. So, but not from Power BI desktop to PPT. Please make sure this. You cannot do that from desktop to PPT. You cannot do. You have to publish the dashboard from your desktop to service. Okay, from service, you can actually consume it from PPT or Outlook or these kind of things. Hope you're clear on this particular part. So, Nitin. Yes. Yes, Rathod.
अगर हमने विजुअलाइजेशन में कोई विजुअल सुन पा रहे हो
जी सुन पा रहा हूँ
जी, अगर विजुअलाइजेशन में कोई विजुअल हमें कॉपी करके पेस्ट करना है या
जी।
कोई रिपोर्ट हमें वहां से कॉपी करके एक्सेल में पेस्ट करना है तो हम कर सकते हैं क्या?
एक एक्सपोर्ट एक ऑप्शन है जिसमें सिर्फ डेटा मॉडल्स आप वहां से उठा के डाल सकते हैं, बट बात वहीं पे आ जाता है जब पावर बीआई एक्सेल को रिप्लेस करने में इट्स वर्किंग ऑन रिप्लेसिंग एक्सेल, तो आप व्हाई आर यू गोइंग बैक? सब लोग एक्सेल से पावर बीआई जा रहे हैं, आप पावर बीआई से एक्सेल जा रहे हो।
बट सबके पास प्रो वर्जन नहीं रहेगा ना सर, इसकी वजह से कुछ
आप बहुत ही सही बता रहे हो सर। आपका मैं बात मानता हूँ। तो यहाँ पे क्या है, आपके पास एक शेयर वाला एक्सेस रहता है। मैं आपको वही बता रहा था। यहाँ पे देखिए, आपके पास शेयर एक्सेस रहता है। ओके, इसको मैं यहाँ पे ऐसे लोगों को शेयर कर सकता हूँ। ओके, बट राइट नाउ आई वोंट बी एबल टू शेयर इट विथ यू बिकॉज आपके पास मेरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का लाइसेंस नहीं है। बिकॉज राइट नाउ इवन ऑन microsoft.com दिस इज अ लाइसेंस, ओके, एंड इट इज अ कंपनी, ओके, एज पर पावर बीआई। तो अगर मैं मेरे कंपनी के अंदर ही किसी को शेयर करना है,
लिंक शेयर करते हैं और
जी बताइए, शेयर कर सकते हैं।
अगर हम कोई लिंक शेयर कर रहे हैं और उसके पास पावर बीआई इंस्टॉल नहीं है तो वो देख पाएगा?
जी जरूर, 100%। एक तरीके का वेब लिंक रहता है सर, जैसे कि सो लेट्स अज्यूम किसी आदमी के पास पावर बीआई है ही नहीं, तो ये वेब ब्राउजर में खुलता है, ये एप्लीकेशन में ही खुलता है। आपको समझ में आ गया शायद अभी?
ओके।
तो अगर मैं मोबाइल यूज कर रहा हूँ, लेट्स अज्यूम अगर मैं मोबाइल यूज कर रहा हूँ, तो ये वेब है ना, मेरे मोबाइल में ओपन हो जाएगा।
ओके।
होप यू आर क्लियर ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट। तो इसमें मैं और एक चीज में आपको पॉइंट आउट करना चाहता हूँ। तो यहाँ पे जब हम लोग ये डैशबोर्ड बना रहे हैं ना, ये डैशबोर्ड हमारे लिए सिर्फ डेस्कटॉप के लिए कंज्यूमेबल है। the dashboard what you are creating or what you are actually seeing here, it is meant to be accessed for only website. Hope you are able to get it. अगर मैं आपको और एक रिफ्रेम करना चाहता हूँ, अगर कि थोड़े लोग ऐसे भी रहते हैं जैसे कि they don't want to consume on their desktop, okay, they want to consume only on their mobiles, जैसे कि सेल्स वाले होते हैं। ओके, तो नॉर्मली सेल्स डैशबोर्ड जो भी बनाया जाता है वो ऐसे बनाया जाता है सो दैट पीपल कैन एक्सेस इट फ्रॉम मोबाइल इटसेल्फ। तो उसके लिए आपके पास पावर बीआई में एक ऑप्शन भी है जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं मोबाइल लेआउट। ओके, जब अभी यहाँ पे मेरे पास है तो मैं इसको बोलूंगा गॉट इट। तो मैं अगर यहाँ पे व्यू पे जाऊंगा ना, अगर मैं इसको व्यू पे जाऊंगा ना, जाने के बाद यहाँ पे मेरे पास एक मोबाइल लेआउट ऑप्शन भी है। तो मैं इसको मोबाइल लेआउट में देखूंगा तो मेरा जो पावर बीआई डैशबोर्ड है वो पूरा का पूरा ऐसा मोबाइल पे आ जाएगा। तो मैं यहाँ पे सेट आउट कर सकता हूँ, जैसे कि मैं इसको रिटेल एनालिटिक्स, मेरा हेडिंग यहाँ पे आना चाहिए, मेरा विजुअलाइजेशन यहाँ पे आना चाहिए। मैं वैसा ऊपर नीचे करके मैं एक डैशबोर्ड बना सकता हूँ और इट कैन बी कंज्यूम्ड फ्रॉम मोबाइल। मतलब एक आदमी मोबाइल के साथ मोबाइल के हाथ में इसको यूज कर सकता है और इसमें कुछ भी डेवलपमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है। आपको मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन डेवलप करना पड़ेगा ना, आपको नहीं करना पड़ेगा। सिर्फ आपको यहाँ पे जैसा विजुअलाइजेशन चाहिए उसको थोड़ा सेटअप करना है आपको। करने के बाद यू आर गुड टू यूज, आप यूज कर सकते हो उस चीज को। ओके, सो नाउ यू कैन एक्सेस पावर बीआई विदाउट, आई रिपीट अगेन, यू कैन एक्सेस पावर बीआई विदाउट this particular this thing what I can say license। अगर मैं आपको और एक बताना चाहता हूँ, अगर आप मोबाइल में, आई रिपीट अगेन, अगर आप मोबाइल में पावर बीआई डैशबोर्ड को यूज करना चाहते हैं तो आपको पावर बीआई एटलीस्ट प्रो वर्जन लगेगा, एटलीस्ट प्रो वर्जन। क्योंकि फ्री वर्जन में आपको मोबाइल एक्सेसिबिलिटी डिसेबल्ड है सर. I think I have answered your question, isn't it, Rathod?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sanmesh, one more last question.
Ji, ji.
See, so currently I am having a free version in my desktop. Okay, I am having this desktop version. If I prepare some dashboards in my free version, and after some time I'll get this license version. So will it be transferable to that from free to that pro version?
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm just giving a small idea here. Okay. I think where is my So previously I was having this workspace. Okay, and I was using a free version. I was able to access these dashboards, but collaborating and these kind of things can be disabled. Hope you are able to get it. Okay, so only accessing it, only viewing it, okay, can be possible. I'm just giving you a small idea here. Okay, so if you are planning, I repeat again, if you are planning to collaborate with teams and all, for that reason you may require this thing, what I can say, this license. So मैं अगर यहाँ पे जाऊँगा, so I'm just going to go to this admin control, okay, and disable my license from pro to, again I can come to premium, a free version. So in that case, again there will be a problem. I cannot collaborate with the teams, but I will be able to see those names of the dashboard and all these things when it was been updated and all these things. I can able to see these kind of changes. Okay, I think I have answered your question, isn't it?
Because see, why I'm asking actually.
Ji.
For example, if I'm getting a license today, and after 1 month or after 2 months, maybe it was not expired or I was not renewed it. So what will happen then that time?
So your data will be safe, sir. Your data will be safe. Okay, your data will be safe. Okay, the only thing is that auto refresh, the configuration, the auto refresh part will be disabled. आपका डैशबोर्ड रिफ्रेश नहीं होगा, बट आप एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. मतलब जब आपका लाइसेंस मिल जाएगा ना, आप कोलैबोरेट कर सकते हैं, आप एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. आपके डेटा के ऊपर कुछ भी कोई भी हाथ नहीं लगाएगा. योर डेटा विल बी सेफ, योर डैशबोर्ड्स विल बी सेफ. Okay, you can resume your service again. So I have been using this Power BI dashboard since nearly 1 year. The same license that I am showing you. Even in spite, I have an organization license which has been used inside my organization. But we have this license which we have been using for a very long time, and we build dashboards. We go for trial version, then we disable it. Okay, then we cancel the service or something like that. So we keep on doing these kind of crazy things. Okay, so यहाँ पे वही है, मेरे पुराना डैशबोर्ड जो भी है वो मेरे पास अभी भी है, कल भी रहेगा, until and unless I delete it. Hope you are able to get it. Okay, clear and clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions, guys? Good questions, legitimate questions. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? I think I have one comment here. Let me see. PowerPoint to PPT. Okay, I think I have answered that this thing question. So these are some kind of things. These are some kind of things that you need to be aware of. So you are getting two types of workspace. One is called my workspace. See here. One is called as my workspace, and second is called as workspace. Hope you are able to get it. Hope you are able to get it. So if I'm going to click on this my workspace, so there is something called as developed, okay, dev dashboard, finance dip, and something called as mark dashboard. So previously when I clicked on mark dashboard, I was not able to access it. See here, I was not able to access it, but right now I will be able to access this particular dashboard. So this is called as triple D Power BI. So I'm able to access this dashboard. See here. So this is one of a dashboard what we had actually built for an survey, okay, based out of this thing, what I can say, Bangalore. So the client was saying that he needs some visualization so that he can actually showcase the building rank, which basically mean that there were a couple of projects and they were doing some risk and assessment, like how old is this building, whether this building is is usable or stable. Okay, Okay, if it is not going to be there, how bad is it? And they were having some location names here. They were having some location name. Were having some zone, and along with that, they were also having some certain criterias like how is the electricals of that particular building, okay, and how is the COVID signage, okay, is there any architectural problem? So all these were being rated. It was a simple survey, okay, which was being conducted. So these people actually asked us to create this particular dashboard. So we pitched this particular dashboard, okay, using that particular data what we had. Okay, so something like this, you can create this, you can show this. Just give me a minute, guys. So these are some kind of options which are actually available here. Okay, so adding to that, so let's assume if there is any changes, or if there is any
Sangamesh?
that I need to do. Yes, sir.
Sangamesh, in this, the dashboard what I've seen here, on the above, that is filter or that is the,
Scroll list.
no.
So can you speak a little bit louder?
I'm
I'm finding a little bit difficult to recognize your voice. I'm extremely sorry to say that.
Just a minute. No, able to hear it?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
So, Sangamesh, in this, the dashboard which I've seen here on the above, that is filter option or that is another one? What was it? This one.
That is filter, sir.
That is filter, right?
That is called as not filter exactly. It is called as slicer.
Slicer. Yeah.
That is called a slicer. Okay. So you have to be a little bit careful. Okay, whenever you are using slicer and filter. Okay, filter is this particular thing. Okay, this particular thing. This is called as filter. Okay, and we have not applied any kind of filter. Okay, these are slicers. Okay, I have slicers here. I have select all. I can select zone B, zone A. I can do multi-select. See here, I can do multi-select. Okay, so I can see only architectural information. Okay, I can see only COVID signage information, how things are actually being. So all these
Here
things
the
can.
symbol is same actually.
Sorry.
The symbol is same. The filter and slicer symbols are same.
Varun, are you able to hear what he is saying? I'm extremely sorry, sir. I'm not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I
Yes.
audible? Yeah. See, actually, this filter and the slicer, I think the symbols are same for both the cases. No?
So both are for different purpose.
No,
Filter and
symbols. I'm talking about symbol. How to identify actually.
how to identify. Acha, 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 acha. How to identify. So this is very, very simple. Okay. So filters are available here. Okay. Just give me a minute. Filters are available here. Okay. Right here. Okay. And when we speak about slicers basically look like this. There are various types of slicers. Okay. There are slicers which are what I can say, which are not going to have the select all. See here, this visualization, sorry, this slicer. Okay. This don't have select all. You can incorporate this select all. And sometimes you can also select, okay, single select as well. Like, I want to select only one specific thing. I don't want to do multi-select or something like that. Okay. So all these things can be actually possible in Power BI. I think I have answered your question.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Just one more question.
Sure, sir.
Sangamesh, if we apply slicer on one page, will it apply automatically on the second page also, or it will apply on one page itself?
That is subjective. That is a very brilliant question, which I want to do a demo and I can actually showcase you. Okay. Sir, we have one page called as RAD. We have one page called as RAD. Oh, let me go to, now let me go to, I will say mobile layout off. Okay, I am just going to say mobile layout off. Let me close this and reopen it. I will say don't save. Let me reopen it. So what really happens is I'm just going to say this as subjective because whenever you are just going to have two slicers, it is going to ask, do you want to apply it on multiple pages or not? I will show you that. Okay. I have this. I'm just going to open this. Just give me a minute. What was it called as? I don't know. What was the name of the dashboard that I have just downloaded? Let me see. I will say Control J. It was called a sample. Let me open this dashboard. So let me showcase a live scenario. Okay. That's a brilliant question, by the way. So whenever you have one slicer on page number 1, okay, and you want to put that into page number 2, okay, so here it is going to prompt you. The Power BI will prompt you saying that you want this slicer to be applied on multiple pages or one single page. Okay, it will ask you. So if you are going to apply it on multiple pages, it will be applied. If you say, no, I don't want to apply it on multiple pages, even that is not going to be applied on multiple pages. I'm just giving you some idea here. Okay, I will demonstrate within few seconds. Okay, so right now we have this dashboard, okay, called as RAD. Okay, this is a page that we have. Okay, and this RAD is actually having multiple, what I can say, visuals, and it has one single slicer called as region. Agree with me? We have one single slicer. This is a slicer. See here. This is a slicer.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to copy this. See here. I'm just going to copy this and put it into something called as employee performance, this particular page. See here, employee performance, this particular page. So as soon as I do that, it is going to prompt me. See here, it is going to prompt me. It is going to say one or more of the copied visual can stay in sync with the visualization it was copied from. Okay. Do you want to keep them in sync? Do you want to sync it? It is going to ask. If you are going to say sync, okay, the visualization will get changed. See here, the visualization got changed. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, no, don't sync. I'm going to say, no, don't sync. Then the visualization will completely get changed. Hope you are able to get it. So if I'm going to say sync, both the visualization will get synced. Hope you are able to get it. So here I have region, all, but if I go here, it is still central itself. Hope you're able to get it. So if I'm going to say sync, okay, if I'm going to apply any kind of slicer here, there also slicer will be applied. Like I will do this again. I'm just going to delete this. See here, I'm just going to delete this. I'm just going to delete this. And I'm just going to copy this here. I'm just going to copy the same slicer and put it here. And now I'm going to say sync. Okay, now I'm going to say, yes, I want to sync. So now it is central. Now I'm going to go for, what I can say, some other size slicer. I will say east. So if I'm going to go here in page 1, see here, it is east. So your answer is very subjective, sir. Your answer is little bit subjective.
I understood, Sandesh. What if I don't have a slicer on employee performance tab at all, and I have only one slicer on RAD tab, and that slicer can work for employee performance, or it will not work?
It won't work, sir.
You just now copied it and synced it. I understood that. That is clear. If you want to have a sync with that slicer, we can do that. Now I'm saying I don't want to copy and keep multiple slicer on every page.
On default, it won't
I
happen.
have one slicer at only one page, and that will act as a master slicer for all the pages.
On default, see here, that is a good question. On default, it won't be possible, but there are certain settings that we can actually do in Power BI. So you can actually have something called as filter. Okay, so you can actually have something called as a page called as filter page, where you have all the slicers there, and you can apply those slicers here, and those slicer will be applied on all the pages. You can actually do those kind of things, but a standard, people don't do that particular thing. But if you have certain requirements, you can actually do that. So default, it is not going to be available.
Okay, so in default, that slicer will apply to that particular page.
Only one page, sir. Only one page. Default, it will be applied only one page. So I showed you one. Okay, I'm just going to delete this particular slicer. See here, I'm just going to delete this particular slicer.
Understood.
And if I'm going to change it to something here, okay, and go there and see. Now I'm going to say west. Okay, now if I'm going to go there here and see, so the visualization will be for the this thing itself, the default itself, I mean the all. Okay, it won't be for best. Hope you're able to get it clear and clear, sir. Clear and clear.
I think instead of then in that case, Samesh,
Yes.
in that case, I think that instead of slicer, filter will work for all the pages. No.
Sorry, sir, I didn't get you, sir. I'm extremely sorry.
Instead of slicer, what Sunit has asked the question, instead of slicer, will filter will work instead of that for all the pages?
Yes. But here there is a disadvantage of filter. Okay, so there are three types of filters. As I have discussed in previous class, there are three types of filters. One is called as visual level filter. So there is something called as visual level filter, which will apply only on one specific visual. There is something called as page level filter, which will apply only on a page. There is also something called as this thing, what I can say, all page filter as well. See here, visual level, page level, all page level. There are three types of filters which are actually available. But here there is a small problem. People who are not well versed with technology and all these things may find it really difficult. What is this page level? What is this all page level? What is this visual filter and all these things? It can be a little bit complicated to understand for people. So that's the reason why that's one reason we say that we always recommend people to use slicers instead of filters. Hope you're able to get it. So
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So Samesh,
yes, sir.
do we have a same category of filter in a slicer also?
Sir,
Like slicer for particular visual, particular page, and for all the page?
so right now I think it is not available, but what we can actually do is we have couple of dynamic filters as well. I mean varieties of filters, like you can use some search bar or something like that. So here you can go to, I repeat again, here you can go to this three dot, you can click on this three dot, you can say get more visuals. So here it will take you to something called as marketplace. It will take to something called as marketplace. Here in marketplace, you have various types of options. You have various types of visuals. So you also have text-based filter, like if you want to use text or something like that during using a slicer or something like that, you can also do these kind of things. So here you can actually search. Being very frank, I haven't come across those kind of this thing, what I can say, options, but you can try it out. Okay. So see here, there are various types of visuals, filters, and all these things that are available. See here, filter. I can say filter. There are various types of filters which are actually available. See here. Okay, see here. These are all the filters. Okay. So I'm just giving you some idea here. So you can search here. If you find, kindly let me know as well. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Any other questions, guys? Good to go? Good to go?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I was not receiving more comments. Okay, how about others? How about others? Akash, Amol, Ashwini, Rathod, Nitin. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. So what I was actually saying is these are some kind of things that you need to take care of. Okay, and adding to that, I was also speaking about something called as workspace, wherein you cannot access that particular workspace. I repeat again, you cannot access that particular workspace until and unless you have the license, right license. You at least, I repeat again, you at least need a pro license, okay, to work on workspace, okay. So similarly, so there are various workspaces. You can assign people, you can delete people. You can say, okay, there is a financial department and only people who have done MBA finance need to, or BCom or BBM need to be in that particular workspace. And there is something called as supply chain, what I can say, people from engineering, people from operations, people from this specific department need to use that particular workspace. You can actually categorize that particular this thing and add a person or a group for that particular workspace. You can do these kind of things. Okay, before doing that, I just want to explain you how to create a workspace. So let's assume today you have one team. Okay, so you have something called as a manufacturing team. You can say manufacturing team, or you can say manufacturing dashboard. Okay, you can say something like this, manufacturing dashboard. And here you can actually provide some description like, hi, this workspace is meant for manufacturing, something like this. Okay, and here you have options. So one option is only admin can access. Okay, right. This is one of the option. Second is you can actually mention it to a specific group. You can actually mention it to a specific group. You can say only these group of people need to use, or only these kind of users need to use. Then you might be scratching your head. Sangamesh, you showed me how to create users, how to create group. If you rewind or look into this recording, there in admin controls, you also have an option to create groups as well. Okay, so there only you can create groups. You can actually add groups, or you can actually add some persons and all these things. And after doing it, you also need to say what type of licensing you have to provide, whether it is a pro license or whether it is a premium license. Okay, you have any OneDrive workspace which is actually dedicated for this. Okay, develop a template app. So you want to develop a template or app, or else allow contributors to update app for the workspace. So these are some of the options you have. I'm just going to say no, I have only pro license people, and only pro license people need to use it. To see here, I don't have free licenses. For example, what I basically mean is, so let's assume we have three people. We have Nitin, Sanjay and Vijay. Let's assume. And Vijay is not having license. He is having free license. Okay, Vijay cannot collaborate here, which basically mean, okay, but Sanjay and Nitin basically can work here because they have pro license. So the basic minimum requirement for working or collaborating in workspace is the pro license. And here what I'm going to say is, I'm just going to say save. So I have a blank workspace. See here, I have a blank workspace. Okay, so here I have various options. I can basically say report. See, something like this. I can say report. I can publish a report from my this thing, what I can say, workspace. Or else I'm just going to go here again, workspace. Okay, I'm just going to say manufacturing dashboard. Or else I can even get data, get dashboards, get data flows. We will be speaking about this, get streaming data set, upload a PBIX file. Okay, for example, if I have any CSV file, Excel file, or any such data set, I can actually upload those kind of data sets here. I can actually upload this total data sets here. So for example, I have one dashboard. I'm just going to use that. Okay, I'm just going to say upload this particular thing, and I will say I want it to be uploaded from my local drive, and I'm just going to search any one random dashboard. I'm just going to say this particular thing. I'm just going to say Khan project latest one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just uploading that particular dashboard, what we have built. And right now, the file which is lying in my desktop is being fetched. I showed you two methodologies. One methodology is going to my Power BI desktop. Okay, something like this, Power BI, going to my Power BI desktop. Oh, just a minute. Okay, going to my Power BI desktop. Okay, what happened? Okay, going to my Power BI desktop and uploading it. That was the first option what I showed. Second option is you can also see here. First option was basically uploading here from here. Second option is you can also upload the data from a file which is lying in your system as well. You can also do that particular thing. Okay, so there are various options. Okay, so if you have paginated reports or something like that, you can actually add it. So there is something called as scorecards. We will be speaking about the scorecards and insight as well in our further session. But right now we will be having this. I'll be also speaking about this dashboards. Okay, what is this dashboards and what is this reports in a very detailed aspect in our next session. And adding to that, if you have a really large data or something like that, you can actually do that ETL process, that is extracting, transforming and loading, that we have done in Power Query. All those things can be done in data flows as well. So I repeat again, people who have actually forgotten. So if you have a larger data, like if you have a really big data over 10 GB, over 20 GB or something like that, Power BI tend to fail, okay, to prepare all these data sets. Okay, so here we have something called as Power BI data flows. Okay, this data flow will do all the Power BI Power Query things. Okay, like you can transform the data, you can clean the data, you can change the column name, all these things. So for that we have something called as data flows. Okay, so you can actually use this, and adding to that, you have this data sets. Okay, so this is the same data sets which is actually available here. So in Power BI, in this thing, what I can say, Workspace. Okay, one of the Workspace, when I told my Workspace, I showed this particular file. This is the data set, sir. This is the data set. And interestingly, you can actually import this data set. For example, here in Power BI, I actually have something called as Power BI data sets. See here, I have something called as Power BI data sets. I can actually choose these data sets. Okay, so I can say my data set, how many data sets I have. I have something called as Khan project 1. I can say Khan project 1 and I can say create. Okay, so what will actually happen now is the Khan project Power BI dashboard, okay, will be loaded here. So in Khan project, these are the various types of tables that we have used. So this is the employee performance dashboard. So we have alpha table, we have sales table, we have F&B employees table, we have transactional table, we have transactional data as well. Okay, we have sales tips as well. Okay, tips data as well, how much amount of tips the candidate has received. Okay, employee database, like what is the employee name, what is his employee ID, all these things for mapping purpose. So you can actually say, yes, I want to import that, and directly import it, and you can actually build the data sets. I mean, build the dashboard, build the dashboards. Even those kind of things can be also be done if you have published, I repeat again, if you have published the data set into Power BI Workspace. Hope you are clear on this particular parts, guys. This is very much important. I will connect this particular thing in a very detailed aspect, but meanwhile, let me ask you, are you clear with this particular part? Are you clear with this particular part?
Sangamesh, can you please publish that Khan project and can you show this example?
Our project. I don't think, I think I have deleted it. Okay. Let me
Sangesh,
see. Yes, sir.
Sangesh, Sanjay here.
Yes, yes, Sanjay.
Sangesh, as you had taken the example of three people like Nitin, Sanjay, and Vijay.
Uh-huh.
For example, in generally companies and all, we have some shared drives. So generally, we are
Yes.
saving our files in shared drive, one single folder. Where Nitin and Sanjay is not having a license, but they have prepared some dashboard in Power BI desktop, and
Beautiful.
Vijay is having this like Vijay is having their pro license. So we can open that file, whatever file what Sanjay and Nitin has prepared, we can open that file into Vijay's pro license, and then from there we can publish.
Yes, 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 you can do that. And in our organization, we tend to do the same thing. Okay. So, we have clients from US, and what client will do is client will only give one license, and data, visualization and, beautification part is done by one girl. Okay. In our company. And data modeling, I mean data preparation is done by one guy. Okay. In our organization. And most of the solutioning part, like what type of visualization need to be chosen, how to build a dashboard, and all the solutioning part is taken care by me. Okay. So here we have only one license. Okay. Either I can have it or either Varun can have it. Okay. Something like this. But we all three will be working on that particular dashboard. Hope you're able to get it. Okay. So if I am busy, I will just call that girl. I will say, hey, Poonam, I'm a little bit busy. Can you do so and so changes? Then she will do that particular thing. Something like this. I hope you're able to get it. But please make sure for publishing it. I repeat again, for publishing it, collaborating it, you need license. And adding to that, you have also asked a really beautiful question. That is shared drive. So here in our organization also, we don't have, shared drive, but what we do is we have, what I can say, drive. Okay. Google Drive. Okay. We use Google Drive. So I will just give you one example here. Okay. So publishing is being done by client itself. So client is going to publish that particular reports and do everything, but the preparation is done by us. Okay. Like Pedro, let me open Pedro's Okay, Pedro's dashboard. Okay. So this is a dashboard for Apple. So he's a merchant who has been exporting mobiles for US, Canada, and UK. So for these three reasons, he's been sharing his dash. I mean, he's selling mobiles, iPhone mobiles and iPads. Okay, and various Apple devices. So if you see here. Okay, so Poonam is one lady who is also working on this. So we have, we have Sangam, my name, KS Analytical Consulting, who is also working here. So we have multiple people who are working on the same dashboard. See here, we have multiple people who are working on the dashboards. We have multiple people who are working on this particular dashboard, and everyone is collaborating here. And here, okay, here I also have an option wherein I can actually download that particular version. For example, if client is saying, hey, I told this changes to do, but you have done it in first version, but you have removed it in the fourth version, we want it back or something like that. So we have backtrack of all these things. I know even in SharePoint, even in OneDrive, this option is available. You can actually use these options as well. So you can backtrack the pipeline. So, in IT teams, so people have something called as GitHub. Okay, so people have something called as GitHub, wherein they do the version control systems. Like, it's a version control system wherein you will understand how the initial application was and how is the current application is. So in a simple way, you had Android 1, Android 2, Android 3, then we had Jelly Beans, Honeycomb, we had all the various types of Androids, right? I mean, Android versions, right? So it's the same kind of thing. So currently we have something called as Android 11 or Android 13, right? Something like this. I'm just giving you some small idea here. Okay, the same kind of version changes or current version or previous version, you can actually backtrack it from here. Okay, so you can actually, you are in a right phase, you can actually use it, but please make sure to collaborate and all these things in Power BI service. Yes, you need license. Okay, hope you are clear on this particular part.
Sangesh, I
Yes.
think it's just a silly question.
Okay.
But see, like you have shown some versions like V1, V2, V3, version 3, 4, 5. Okay, so is there any report in Power BI like from version 1 to version 4? What are all the changes? Only changes we can see. For example, like in version 1, we have prepared one dashboard, and our client will say something, or maybe our bosses say, okay, you change this. Then in version 2, we have changed that particular, we have done some changes. After some time, some other person it came, and then he started doing the changes in third version. So from first version to till third version, the only changes can be reflected somewhere.
See, that kind of changes can be seen here. So there are a couple of options to look into this. I will give you one of the basic option here. Okay, so I don't know who had actually asked this question, but good question. So here we have something called as apps. Okay, Power BI actually gave this particular apps for, oh my God, what happened? Okay, so I can actually get, okay, so Power BI had actually had this GitHub here as well. Okay, so I'm not able to, why I'm not able to see this, I don't know, but here Power BI also had GitHub in apps. Okay, so but what really happened was this didn't provide a really good emphasis. This didn't provide a really good emphasis. So there is also something called as backtracking, something called as XMLA endpoint. There is something called as XMLA endpoint. So what we tend to do is we tend to track or basically get this particular thing, XMLA endpoint, and we tend to backtrack it. Okay, we tend to backtrack it, and along with that, in our organization, what we also tend to do is we also take some third-party applications, and we also have an option to basically backtrack the logs. Okay, we also have something called as log tracking as well. So I will just show you that as well. Log, TRACK, log tracking, Power BI. Okay, so we can also do this log tracking. So wherein we can actually do that, we can actually track that user's activity, what they have actually done and everything. But not exactly the bullseye, but it will hit around the bushes, being very frank with you. Okay, so log tracking, see here, unidentified logs. So currently my organization right now, it is unidentified logs, but you can actually have this log activity as well. From this log activity also you can get some sense what are the things that are actually happened and all. There are previously it was having third-party applications. Right now we don't have this third-party applications right now. So it will look something like this, sir. Okay, it will look something like this, which can be little bit difficult which can be a little bit difficult for a layman to understand. Okay, what are the things which actually happened and all. Even for us, being very frank with you, okay, even for people like me, it can be a little bit difficult, but it is not saying it is completely impossible. So if you put some effort or something like that, you will be able to identify what are the changes which actually happened. Okay, so these kind of things or these kind of activity can also be done here. Hope you are able to get it. Clean and clear.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just going to share this service admin auditing. Okay, so you can actually go through it and understand it in a very detailed aspect. Okay, so these kind of things can be possible, can be doable and everything. So here what I have done till now is I created a workspace, okay, called as manufacturing dashboard. And inside that workspace, I published one dashboard, which I don't have any clarity, I had something called as Khan project. I just dumped that particular dashboard here. I can actually access this particular dashboard here. Okay, see here, this is the dashboard. This is the employee performance dashboard. Okay, I can basically see this particular thing. So here, I repeat again, here, there is a beautiful option which I have. Okay, that is called as get insights. Okay, get insights. So this is available for premium. So what we will do is we will try to explore this tomorrow. But people who have premium, okay, they can click this and they can get the insights on the data. So what, how many columns we have, okay, what is the dispersion of that particular column, what is the relation between one column with another column. So there is no descriptive analytics which is actually required in Power Query. Okay, all those things will be done in something called as get insights. So we will be actually understanding this, and adding to that, we also have something called as subscription. Okay, so here people can actually subscribe, okay, for this particular dashboard, like how you subscribe for a specific magazines or something like that, right? So you can actually do that. So let's assume, this average net sales, this particular net sales is not matching our requirement, or it is not up to the mark, or, it is wrong or something like that. Okay, so you will not call the developer and he will say, hey developer, hey, I saw this particular dashboard called as employee performance dashboard. Here you have something called as average net sales. This is wrong. You must not do like this, because you here, when I click on this 3 dots, here you have an option called as add a comment. So here what I can actually do is I can actually enter some comment like, hi Varun. Okay, Varun. So this is the guy, Varun. I see there is a problem. Problem, something like this. So I can just post this. So Varun will get a notification, okay, saying that, oh, this specific visualization is having some issue. So then he will be able to go to it. He will do a validation or something like that. And you can actually understand or, get this particular requirement in a very detailed aspect, which basically means, so maybe there might be multiple visualization which are wrong. So you cannot say, hey, this is wrong, that is wrong, that is wrong, this is wrong. People can actually forget. So here you can actually discuss task wise or visualization wise, saying that, hey, this visualization is good, I'm really happy with this visualization. So I want these kind of changes to be done on this particular visual, something like this. So all these conversations will be tracked here. And you may have asked something like to change that particular visualization, and your employee have not done for a very long time. You can actually understand that, okay, this comment was being done right now, okay, and he had not replied it, something like that. If, oh, this visualization is something like 10 months old, he had not replied it, okay, you can actually ping him again, or you can personally call him or email him, or else you can even bring this to a chat. For example, if your organization is using Teams, you can directly bring it to Teams. Okay, and if you want to export the data or something like that to show it, you can also export it. Okay, summarized data which can be in Excel or CSV, you can also do that. I'm just giving you a small idea here. What are the things that are possible? I have also seen people, they prepare tables like this. They prepare tables like this, and they will say, show this in tables or export the data. Okay, they will do this. They will say export the data in CSV or something like that. Then they will say export. Okay, something like this. They will consume this Excel report. Okay, I will just show you row wise sales details. See here, I will show you what I'm speaking about. It's getting open. Just give me a minute. Okay. Just give me a minute, guys. I can get the data something like this. Okay, same values, see here, same values, same information. So this is a this is the dashboard which is being for games like football game. Okay, so in football there are sales people like their project manager, bartender, club lead, okay, and all these people, beer pourer, hawker. Okay, so what are the net sales that I have made? See here, all these things. Okay, project manager has not done any sales. Okay, category manager. So role wise you will be able to see what is the average sales they have done. Okay, how much refund they have got. Okay, all this information can be fetched here in a Excel format. Hope you are able to get it. Any questions here, guys? Any questions? Any questions on Power BI service till now? Any questions, guys? Any questions? All good? All good? All good, guys? Any questions, guys? Any questions? Nitin, Praveen, Sanjay, Suneet, Vijay, Vivek, Akash, Amol?
No.
No, right? Okay, that is fine. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, so these are the type of things that are essential for understanding the Power BI. Adding to that, you also have one of the most important, I repeat again, one of the most important and one of the most dynamically used dashboards. So here there is something called as report, there is something called as data sets, and the third thing which is also available here is called as dashboard. Okay, so this is called as a dashboard. Okay, so here you have something called as Khan project 1. So we will be discussing about this in a very detailed aspect. We will be discussing about this in a very detailed aspect, how to use this dashboard, how to use something called as pinned dashboards and all these things. Okay, I will be explaining all these things in a very detailed aspect, but not today, tomorrow. Okay, and adding to that, you also have refresh, and along with that you also have something called a scheduled refresh. Okay, this particular part. Okay, so this scheduled refresh requires something called as gateway. Okay, so these are the types of data sets that you need to refresh this particular data. Okay, see here. Okay, these are the things that you need to refresh the data. Okay, so when you are doing any refresh or something like that, you have to configure the gateway. So you have to configure the gateway. Right now my gateway is actually running, so that's the reason it is saying that running on Sangamesh. Okay, something like this. I can delete the gateway and do all various kind of things. Okay, I can also put some schedules as well when I want my refresh and all these things. But meanwhile, these will be discussed in our 9th module. But right now what I want to discuss here is something called as lineage. Something called as lineage. Okay, so any data or any type of data set that you are going to use or will be having something called as lineage. What is this lineage? Lineage means the pipeline, how the dashboard is being used. Previously, this is one of the data set called as number of hours. You have something called as books data. You have something called as DXLXX. Okay, you have employee, sales, transactions. So these are the various Excel files that you are using. These are the various Excel files that you are using. So you have used all these Excel files and created something called as Khan project latest. See here, you have used something called as Khan project latest. Then what you have done is you have that in the data set. This is the data set. That's the reason you have this data set icon. This is being moved to something called as report. See here, this is a report. And from this report, it is being linked to something called as a dashboard. This has been linked to something called as dashboard. Okay, so here I want to give you a small understanding and one of the most pro tip. Okay, so it is common for all the organizations. It is common for all the organizations. Like, so you might be having common data set. Like, this is an employee performance dashboard. This is a dashboard which is required by project managers and HR to understand the employee performance, point number one. Number two, the, understanding who is the employee that I need to keep, who is the employee that I need to fire. Okay, for this particular thing, this company is using this particular employee sales dashboard. And see here, it has something called as sales data, transactional data. This transactional data can be used by operational team. This same transactional data can be used by sales team as well. The same transactional data is again used here in employee table as well. So there are, what I want to say here is there are common data sets. Please make sure this. There are common data sets which are being used by multiple what I can say, tables. So here you can actually pick, okay, these Excel files from Khan project and create another dashboard here. You can create another reports or another dashboards here by just linking this particular thing. Okay, by just linking here something like this. You might ask how to do that. Okay, so it's very simple. You go to your this thing, what I can say, this particular this thing, what I can say here. You say Power BI datasets. Please make sure Power BI datasets. Okay, you're just going to say Power BI datasets, and you try to load which data you want or what type of analysis you want to do, and all these things. You can actually pull it from here. Hope you are able to get it. Hope you are able to get it. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions on the lineage? Any questions on the lineage? Okay, I'm extremely sorry. I will give you a small break. I'm extremely sorry, guys. I didn't notice it as well. I'm extremely sorry. I will provide you a break within 5 minutes. Okay, within 5 minutes. Okay. Meanwhile, I just want to ask, do you have any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Any questions? Ashwini, Akash, Amol, Dhyanendra. Oh, sorry, Rathod, Nitin, Praveen. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Yes, Ashwini.
No question from my side.
Okay, Ashwini, that's absolutely fine. Can we take a small break of 15? Can we take a small break of 15 minutes? Yes or no on the chat?
Yes, we can take.
Okay. Yeah, hi, hello everyone. Let me know if you're back. Just give me a small confirmation on the chat. One is back. How about others? Guys, let me know if it is good to start. Just let me know if it is good to start. Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Suneet. Okay. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Suneet. How about others? If you need any help, I'm there to help you. Okay. Good to start. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Okay. So do you have any questions? Do you have any questions from our previous conversation? Do you have any questions from the previous conversation? Okay, that's absolutely fine. I assume that everyone is back, and I assume that no one is having any questions or concern. So I was actually explaining this, what I can say, lineage. So here in lineage, you can actually add a couple of variables, like, if you want to add a data flow, if you want to add a, upload a file, okay, if you want to upload a streaming data. So all these things can be done here. Okay. So adding to that, you also have something called as lineage as well. So if you want to, right now, this is in a lineage format. Okay, this particular format. If you want to see everything in a kind of a list or something like that, it can also be done. Okay. So this is now in a kind of list. Okay. So wherein you have data set, you have Khan project, and this is something like this. So right now you have some understanding on the dashboard, on this thing, and Workspace as well. Okay. So now we are just going to wrap this particular session, okay, with one of the small aspects of development. So here you will be able to see this development pipelines. Okay, we will be discussing this development pipelines, and we will end this particular session. Then I'm going to give the session to you. Okay, I want you to do the task. Okay, if 2 or 3 people are going to have license, then what you can do is you can share that particular license. You can collaborate with the team, and you can do that activities in that particular time. Okay, we can actually do that particular thing. So here, when we speak about this development pipeline, okay, so development pipeline is being divided majorly into 3 parts. Okay, so it's called as development, and second is called as what I can say, testing, and third is production. So these are one of the these are one of the development pipelines, or else it is also called as deployment pipelines, as you have told. Okay, so it can actually have multiple stages. Okay, for example, development stage 1, development stage 2, development stage 3, development stage 4. So some dashboards can also be built in stages as well. Okay, so to understand all these things, to understand, collaborate, and help to work with this particular thing, what we can actually do is we can utilize something called as pipelines. We can create something called as pipelines. So here I will just show you one example. So for example, if I'm going to say create a pipeline, so first I have to name the pipeline. So I want to create something called as manufacturing, manufacturing, something like this. I can provide the description, what is going to happen here, how the collection of the data will actually happen, something like that. So right now it has manufacturing has 3 options. One is called as development, one is called as test, and third is called as production. So here inside this development, see here, inside this development, inside this test, inside this production, I can actually add workspaces. I can actually add some workspaces. So what I can actually do here, I have three workspace here. One is called as develop dashboard, one is phalange depth, and similarly, okay, mark. So I'm just going to say this, I will create something called as development test, something like this. Okay, I will say dev test, something like this. Okay, I will say dev test. Oh, I will say dev first. I will say dev workspace. Okay, something like this. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for this development pipeline. Here I have something called as manufacturing, and inside this manufacturing, what I will do is I will put, okay, what I will do is I will assign this this particular workspace to this particular thing, and similarly I will also create another workspace. So what I will do is first I will create, right now I have something called as development workspace. Similarly, I will create another workspace which will be called as test workspace. I will say test workspace, something like this. So now I have something called as test workspace. So, last but not the least, I will also create another workspace called as production workspace. Okay, I will say production workspace. Please be with me. Okay, I will say production WS. Production WS. Okay, so see here, I have these workspace which I have with me. Okay, which I have with me. Okay, so this is the workspace what I have with me. Okay, so when I have my premium account or something like that, what I can actually do is I can put this workspace to a development pipeline. Okay, so here I can say workspace. Okay, I can say develop template. Okay, permanently convert. Okay, I will say permanently convert. Oh no, I don't want to permanently convert this. Okay, so here, okay, you can assign those workspace like development workspace to development, production workspace to production, and test workspace to test, and production workspace to production. So what will actually happen here is, so it will facilitate your production, deployment pipelines. Okay, so let's assume one of a dashboard. I will give you one example here. One of a dashboard is in your production, which is running. Okay, like you have a dashboard and it is running fine, and your manager is having one crazy idea. He will say, oh, this dashboard is really good, I don't deny it, but if we are able to add this KPI, some XYZ KPI, so this dashboard can be more good. It can provide more insights to my organization. So he is asking the BI team to add one small KPI. Okay, so here what will actually happen is, so if I'm going to add a KPI, if I'm going to add a KPI or something like that, and if I'm going to publish it, okay, and if there is any kind of error or something like that, what really happens is, the people won't be able to access the dashboard. People won't be able to access the dashboard. People might be accessing the dashboard from a website. People might be accessing the dashboard from a mobile application. People might be accessing the dashboard from a tab as well. We don't know. So if the dashboard is going to go down because of some calculation mistake or some kind of data configuration mistake, so the whole team, I repeat again, the whole team will get will get that suffering, okay, of without having the dashboard. So to facilitate that particular thing, I repeat again, to facilitate that particular thing, we have these three workspaces. Okay, one is called as development workspace, one is called as testing workspace, and third is called as production workspace. So here what we can actually do is we can actually assign those workspace what I have created. I have created these three workspace called as development, test, and production, right? I can assign those, what I can say, workspaces. I can provide those workspaces to my pipeline. So what will actually happen is, so there will be something like this. Okay, how many of them are in product development? How many of them are in testing? How many of them are in production? Something like this. I will get an overall summary like this. So when I am done, so I repeat again, when I am done with the dashboarding part, okay, when I feel that yes, this dashboard is really good, it is not having any problem or any issue or something like that, I can just click like this. See here, I can just click like this, and I can actually click on this button. Okay, I can click on this button. So all the dashboards which are actually available here will move from one department to another department, that is development department to testing department. So here testing, okay, people will do the testing on this thing. Okay, obviously the people who build the dashboard, they won't do the testing. Someone else from a different team will do the testing, right? So similarly, okay, the dashboards will be tested internally. And when the testing department will say, okay, the values what are being shown in the dashboards are correct. Okay, all the KPIs what are being shown here are relevant. We are good to put it into production. So then we can actually hop or put this or place this into production, something like this. So here all the things are being managed by Workspace. And one of the most advantage, one of the most interesting part of this particular Workspace is this particular statistics. How many data fields that you are using, how many reports you are using, how many dashboards you have. So all the statistics will be available here. Okay, so similarly, in a simple way, all the numbers need to match. For example, here you have 1, here you have 1, here you have 0. See here you have 5, here you have 5, and here you have 4, which basically mean you have 5 in production, 5 in testing, and 4 in this thing. So when you did that syncing, okay, so right, when you did that syncing, the ideally it need to be 1 5 5 4, something like this. Okay, so you can do selective dashboard, selective uploading. So you can say that, okay, I want to only upload 1 and 2 dashboards, something like that. See here, you are able to see 1 5 something. We will be discussing this in this particular part when we get our Power BI service. Power BI Premium. Okay, tomorrow I will actually help you how to create this particular thing and showcase the same. But right now, I'm just showing you what are the various options which are actually available with the Pro version. What are the various options which are actually available with the Pro version? So you may see get insights, you may see development pipeline, but you cannot use those things. You will be only able to use this until and unless you don't get the premium license. Okay, so I will also provide you an introductory course on the premium license as well. Tomorrow we will do various things using that particular license. Meanwhile, just have a understanding on that. So I have one question from this thing: how to come deployment pipelines in list. I think it won't come in list. I assume so. It will be the default one, which is actually the one which is actually seen here. I have not seen this. Okay, I have not seen that in a list. Being very frank with you. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Tomorrow we will be speaking about some advanced, what I can say, workspaces as well, which are actually called as premium workspaces, which will be having the diamond icon. Okay, here. Okay, so we'll be also speaking about those workspaces as well. But meanwhile, so this is just a small introductory thing that I'm actually giving you for this particular session. Let me know if you have any questions. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
रमेश,
Yes.
मेरे पास प्रो वर्जन है
जी
बट
बताइए।
मेरे लिस्ट में डिप्लॉयमेंट पाइपलाइंस जो है ना वो नहीं दिख रहा है।
जी नहीं दिखेगा आपको क्योंकि ये प्रीमियम में आता है सर, प्रो में नहीं आता है। तो मैं अभी एडमिन हूं ना, तो इसीलिए मुझे ये दिख रहा है सर। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आपको नहीं दिखेगा, मैं आपको कल दिखाऊंगा, मैं आपको और मैं आपको करके भी दिखाऊंगा कैसे होता है। ओके, डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं। ओके ओके ओके। तो ये जो एडमिन रहते हैं ना सर, उनको ये प्रीमियम अकाउंट दिख जाता है। ओके, अगर आप शायद एडमिन नहीं है इसलिए आपको नहीं दिख रहा है। आपको पता कैसे चलेगा कि आप एडमिन है कि नहीं है? तो आप यहाँ पे जाओगे सर, यहाँ पे आपके पास अगर एडमिन ये वाला ऑप्शन आ रहा है तो ही आप एडमिन पे जा सकते हो, एंड एडमिन कंट्रोल आपके पास है। एक छोटा सा टिप है आपको। ओके, so if you are done understanding these things, what I will do is I will create the task for this particular session. Just have a check, okay, if you are able to do all of them. Okay, I will say notepad. So notepad, I want you to have a check on admin control. First have a check on admin control. If you have admin control, add a user, change license. Okay. So this is question number 1. Okay, change that one. Okay, this is the question number 1. Second is I want you to create workspace. After creating workspace, add and remove.
आपकी नोटपैड की फाइल नहीं दिख रही है हमें।
ओह अच्छा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, शायद मैंने दूसरे स्क्रीन पे डाला था। Add and remove users, workspace spelling. Oh, workspace. Okay, create a workspace. Add and remove users. Adding to that, I also want people to. I also want people to basically edit. Edit dashboard. Dashboard in service. Oh, before that, we also need the dashboard to be published. Publish the dashboard in my workspace. Okay, or edit dashboard in service. Okay, and check lineage. Check lineage. उसके साथ क्या होगा? हाँ, deployment pipelines we will discuss tomorrow, right? Check lineage. Okay, fourth, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so if you are able to do these specific 3 tasks, okay, I think you will be able to understand each and every part. Okay, by the way, lineage, did I add lineage? We check lineage, right? We have added it. Okay, deployment pipelines and everything. By the way, if you are able to okay, what was it? Download the PB file. So these are the expectations for this particular session. Okay, PBIX file. These are the expectations for this particular session, and kindly let me know if you are facing any kind of issues or difficulties. Okay, I'm there to help. I will be on standby. Okay. Guys, any questions here? So I don't have the track. So if you are done with question number 1, you can say done with 1 on the chat so that I can understand, whether you are on track, off track, you need any kind of help from my end. All these things can be understood. Extremely sorry, guys. I mean, there is also a small announcement that I need to make. So people need to provide their assignments because your certification is going to be provided based on the assignment. Okay. So if you are facing any difficulty in assignment, I am there to help you out. It's my job. Okay. So we want everyone to do it because, the same is also conveyed to your HR as well. So, we want everyone to do the assignments which is at the backlog. If you have done it, it's really good. Okay, so people who have not done it, please do it and submit it accordingly. Okay, so we have seen that there are a couple of students who are a bit late. Okay, so feel free to get in touch with us if you have any difficulties. We are there to help you out. Okay. Sure. I'm there to help you out. You can share your screen. Okay. The question is from Vijay, right? Yes, Vijay, you can, I am there to help you out. You can share your screen. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. ಈ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ನನಗ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇವಾಗತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನಾನು. Oh, Vijay, I'm can you keep your V small V? I'm not the tech guy here. I mean, I'm extremely sorry here. You can email yes, that's wonderful. So I think you also have received your email. Okay, can you check your email? Okay, so you have a password that you can use. I think most of the people have received the same password. Okay, just have a check and beautiful. I think you have logged in. So you can say close. You can say close. Agree. Okay, beautiful. So yes, that's wonderful. So you have, okay, so you have the Power BI. Yes, that's good. So for the first module, that is introduction to Power BI, you don't have any assignments. So for second assignment, that is a Power Query transformation, you have assignments. Can you click on Power Query transformation? So here you have the data set. Here you have the assignments. So see here, you can say, oh, no, just beside hands-on material. Okay, no, not this particular thing. So you can see hands-on materials. So you can download that hands-on material. You will get the questions. You will get the questions. See here, you will get the questions. Okay. So you can say open. See here. So these are the set of questions what it is being asked. Okay. And along with that, you can just close this. You can just close this. Okay. You can just close this. Beautiful.
संगमेश,
yes.
लास्ट वाला जो क्वेश्चन था, परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ क्यूरी मींस कैसे सॉल्व करना है उसको?
जी, आप थोड़ा दिखाइए मुझे क्वेश्चन, मैं आपको हेल्प करूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. ओपन जी. जी आइए, नीचे आइए। कौन सा था? परफॉर्मेंस क्वेरी, परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ क्वेरी, राइट?
राइट।
जी जी। कैन आई शेयर माय स्क्रीन?
यस।
I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so I'm just going to open one of my Power BI. Let me open this. So here I have this transform data. Can you see that? Transform data. So here in transform data, I have something called as tools. Can you see that? Oh, oh, sorry. I think I'm sharing my, are you able to see my screen? I'm extremely sorry. Is it this screen or this screen? Which screen I'm sharing my screen? I don't know. आप देख पा रहे हो मेरा स्क्रीन? मुझे पता नहीं है कि मैं जी जी
एक सैंपल पावर क्वेरी एडिटर।
हाँ जी 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 वही है। तो यहाँ पे देखिए आपके पास टूल्स में स्टार्ट डायग्नोस्टिक्स है। अगर मैं स्टार्ट डायग्नोस्टिक कर दूंगा, ओके, और कुछ भी यहाँ पे डेवलपमेंट कुछ भी करूंगा नहीं तो रिफ्रेश करूंगा, करने के बाद अगर मैं यहाँ पे जाके मगर मैं स्टॉप डायग्नोस्टिक्स करूंगा ना, तो मेरा यहाँ पे डायग्नोस्टिक्स रिपोर्ट आ जाएगा, परफॉर्मेंस रिपोर्ट। ओके
ओके।
मैं ये चाह रहा था। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आप कर लीजिए, लेट मी नो। और नीड
संगमेश,
यस, हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू?
मैंने कल आपसे पूछा था सेल्स बकेट कैसे क्रिएट करना है। मैंने तो किया था मेरी तरीके से, बट आप कैसे कर सकते हो मुझे देखना था।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है सर, मैं मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ। ओके, सो मैं आपको एक प्रोजेक्ट दिखाऊंगा जो मैंने वहां पे सेल्स बकेट किया है। ओके, तो यहाँ पे क्या है कि यहाँ पे मैं आपको दूसरा तरीका बता रहा हूँ, बस कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ओके, यहाँ पे रायन्स प्रोजेक्ट है। रायन हमारा एक कैनेडियन क्लाइंट है, और ये he specialize in marketing, but
आपकी स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही है सर।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है सर, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मैं फिर से शेयर कर दूंगा। मैं फिर से शेयर कर दूंगा। ओके, सो मैं फिर से स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहा हूँ, स्क्रीन 1 इटसेल्फ। तो अभी मेरा शायद आप ये देख पा रहे हो, मेरा स्क्रीन देख पा रहे हो, है कि नहीं?
जी।
यहाँ पे देखिए राठौर जी, मेरे पास एक टेबल है जिसका नाम है मास्टर। ओके, तो यहाँ पे एक्चुअली क्या है कि ये एक डेटा साइंस मॉडल है। ओके, वहाँ पे बहुत सारे डेटा साइंस मॉडल है, जैसे कि ऑटो एमएल हो गया, LSTM, ओके, ये न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स में आता है। ओके, सिंगल प्रॉफिट, मल्टी प्रॉफिट, ओके, ये एनालिटिकल मॉडल्स है सर। तो उसमें क्या हुआ कि क्लाइंट को बकेट्स क्रिएट करना था, क्लाइंट्स को बकेट्स क्रिएट करना था। तो हमने क्या किया है कि हमने ऐसा बकेट क्रिएट किया। तो हमने क्या बोला कि वी हैव क्रिएटेड अ वेरिएबल कॉल्ड एज num days, और हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया कि डे 1 का हम लोगों ने कॉलम ले लिया, कॉलम नेम हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे स्पेसिफाई किया। और दूसरा क्या किया कि हम लोगों ने एक रिजल्ट बनाया, एक वेरिएबल बनाया, ओके, वेरिएबल, और उसमें क्या किया, हम लोग स्विच फंक्शन को यूज किया, स्विच फंक्शन ट्रू, और जो हमारा कंडीशंस है वो सारा का सारा कंडीशंस यहाँ पे डाल दिया। और लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट हम लोगों ने एक ब्लैंक डाल दिया। अगर समझ लीजिए कोई वेरिएबल जो क्राइटेरिया मैच नहीं होता है तो ब्लैंक डाल दो। और बाद में हमने बोला कि भाई ये जो रिजल्ट है ना, इसको रिजल्ट को मुझे आउटपुट की तरह दे दो। तो अभी मेरे पास एक कैलकुलेटेड कॉलम बन गया जिसमें बकेट्स है, देखिए, जिसमें बकेट्स है, ये सारे के सारे बकेट्स है। राठौर जी, होप आई हैव आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन। समझ में आया ना?
बट ये सेपरेट कॉलम में आपने दिखाया है
ना जी, ये सेपरेट कॉलम नहीं है, ये सिर्फ एक ही कॉलम है।
ओके,
एक ही कॉलम है सर। ओके, मैं आपको बताता हूँ यहाँ पे। ओके, अगर
तो सर जो हमें जो असाइनमेंट मिला है, क्या आप उस पे वर्क करके दिखा सकते हो? हमें थोड़ा सा आइडिया आ जाएगा।
मैं कर दूंगा, अब भी कर दूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। तो अभी मैं या वो ये वाला खोलूंगा, अभी मैं ऑर्डर टेबल पे जाऊंगा। अभी मैं क्या करूंगा, एक यहाँ पे रिलेशनल पे जाऊंगा सो दैट
नाही, मी तर केलेलं आहे मॅडम, पण
ओके ओके 1 मिनट। तो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू, अभी मैं क्या करूंगा, यहाँ पे एक कैलकुलेट कॉलम क्रिएट करूंगा, न्यू कॉलम। तो यहाँ पे मैंने आपको वेरिएबल वाला मैंने आपको दिखाया था। अभी मैं क्या करूंगा, एक कॉलम बनाऊंगा जिसका नाम रखूंगा मैं बकेट्स, BUCKETS बकेट्स। ओके, तो बकेट्स में मैं क्या करूंगा, यहाँ पे देखिए राठौड़ जी, तो मैं इसको यहाँ पे करूंगा, मैं बोलूंगा इफ और यहाँ पे मैं लॉजिक डालूंगा। ओके, जैसे कि अगर समझ लीजिए प्रॉफिट, PROFIT, प्रॉफिट एक कॉलम है हमारा, प्रॉफिट इज ग्रेटर देन 3 नहीं, समझ लीजिए 100। ओके, अगर 100 के ऊपर है तो मैं उसको बोलूंगा गुड। अगर समझ लीजिए कि वो 10 के नीचे है, ओके सेम ऑर्डर। ओके, मैं यहाँ पे इफ कंडीशन और एक लगाऊंगा। ओके, और एक यहाँ पे लगा के मैं बोलूंगा ऑर्डर सेम प्रॉफिट ही लूंगा मैं, प्रॉफिट ये जो कॉलम है ये कॉलम ही लूंगा। बट यहाँ पे मैं क्या करूंगा, अगर सेल्स नीचे है कितना 10 के नीचे, 10 के नीचे है तो मैं इसको बोलूंगा लो, ऐसा कुछ। अगर समझ लीजिए बीच का है, मैं अगर मैं यहाँ पे बोल रहा हूँ कि 100 के ऊपर है तो गुड बोलो, अगर 10 के नीचे है तो लो बोलो, एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी, 10 के नीचे है तो लो बोलो। बीच का क्या बोलूं मैं, तो मैं बीच का बोलूंगा बेटर, समथिंग लाइक दिस। ओके, और मैं बोल के मैं यहाँ पे ऐसा एंटर डाल दूंगा। तो मैं अब मेरे पास अभी क्या है सर, यहाँ पे मेरे पास, यहाँ पे देखिए ये 10 के ऊपर है तो यहाँ पे बेटर बोल रहा है, ये 10 के ऊपर है इसीलिए बेटर बोल रहा है, ये 10 के नीचे है इसीलिए लो बोल रहा है, देखिए यहाँ पे ऐसा लो बोल रहा है। तो ऐसा आप कैटेगोरिकल वेरिएबल्स बना सकते हो। मैं यहाँ पे क्या किया, यहाँ पे मैंने यूज किया नेस्टेड इफ, मैंने यहाँ पे यूज किया नेस्टेड इफ। ओके, तो आपको भी ये नेस्टेड इफ इस्तेमाल करना पड़ेगा उस पर्टिकुलर असाइनमेंट के लिए। होप यू आर क्लियर ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट।
तो जो मैंने कल किया था वो भी सही था ना फिर तो?
हाँ वही तो है नेस्टेड, वो नेस्टेड इफ ही था ना, मैंने जो देखा था। हाँ जी जी, आपने सही किया था, मैंने इसीलिए बोला व्हाट्सएप पे, आपने अच्छा काम किया है। वैसे बहुत सारे ये आते हैं, मतलब डैक्स आते हैं जहाँ पे लोगों का डिमांड रहता है रोलिंग एवरेजेस कैलकुलेट करना। वो बोलते हैं कि भाई मेरा 3 महीने का एवरेज सेल्स दे दो मुझे, नहीं तो मेरा 3 महीने का मेरा इन्वेंट्री लेवल्स दे दो, समथिंग लाइक दैट। ये बहुत ही रोबस्ट रिक्वायरमेंट है हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में, 3 महीने का, 6 महीने का, 12 महीने का। तो आप डैक्स में ही ये सब कुछ लिख के आप कर सकते हो। डैक्स एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है, जो आप एक्सेल में करते हैं ना वो सारा का सारा चीज आप डैक्स कर सकते हो। और उससे
सर मुझे
जी
और एक पूछना था क्वेश्चन, जैसे कि अभी हम यहाँ पे एक्सेल का ही फंक्शन यूज कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे अगर मेरे पास 1000 रो में मेरा डाटा है और मुझे रेंज सेलेक्ट करनी है 1 to 500, सो मैं कैसे सेलेक्ट कर सकता हूँ? क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पे अगर ऑर्डर सेलेक्ट करता हूँ तो पूरा कॉलम सेलेक्ट हो रहा है।
जी जी,
अगर मुझे पूरा कॉलम सेलेक्ट नहीं करना है, कुछ रेंज तक सेलेक्ट करना है, तो कैसे करूँ?
वहां पे आपके पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस है, आपके पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस है। पहला है कि आप एक लिस्ट बना सकते हो जो रेंज वाला है और उसको आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो। देखिए एक्सेल एक ऐसा चीज है जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं GUI, उसको बोलते हैं ग्राफिकली यूजर इंटरफेस बोला जाता है उसको। मतलब आप क्लिक किया, आप कुछ चेंजेस कर दिया फटाफट और उसको आपने विजुअलाइज कर दिया। ये पावर BI डैशबोर्ड जो बनाया जाता है ना सर, ये लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए बनाया जाता है। मतलब आज आप डैशबोर्ड बना रहे हो और ये डैशबोर्ड 5 साल के लिए, 10 साल के लिए चलेगा आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, वैसा बनाया जाएगा। और यहाँ पे मैनुअल डेटा प्रिपरेशन वाला जो पार्ट है ना उसको हटाया जाएगा और वहां पे क्या होगा कि ऑटोमेटिक डेटा रिफ्रेश होता है ना, तो आप बिल्ड करोगे एक ही बार, आप बिल्ड करोगे एक ही बार और उसको आप बार बार यूज करोगे। एक्सेल में क्या होता है, आपको आपको नया डेटा आया, आपको फिर से डैशबोर्ड बनाना पड़ेगा, फिर से आपको कैलकुलेशन करना पड़ेगा। वहां पे वो ऑटोमेटेड रिफ्रेश जो ऑप्शन है वो एक्सेल में नहीं हो सकता है सर। तो इसीलिए बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है पावर बीआई को थोड़ा एफिशिएंट मान रहे हैं। होप यू आर एबल टू गेट इट सर।
यस, ओके सर, गॉट इट।
आप लिस्ट बना सकते हैं, एक छोटा सा लिस्ट बना सकते हैं, नहीं तो आप ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं कि देयर आर आल्सो ऑप्शंस, टेक सम हेड ऑफ 10, हेड ऑफ 20, वैसे भी डैक्स में है।
लिस्ट में, लिस्ट मींस मुझे एक नया कॉलम ऐड करना पड़ेगा।
आपको मैं आपको बताता हूँ, वो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। आप यहाँ पे देखिए, एंटर डेटा में एक लिस्ट बना सकते हो, नहीं तो आप पावर क्वेरी में भी एक लिस्ट बना सकते हो। मैं अभी पावर क्वेरी जा रहा हूँ, मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ बस। ओके, यहाँ पे ट्रांसफॉर्म डेटा नहीं, ट्रांसफॉर्म डेटा पे नहीं, शायद ऐड कॉलम पे रहेगा। लिस्ट 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 यहाँ पे तो नहीं दिख रहा है। व्यू में भी नहीं दिख रहा है। Yes. It need to be somewhere here itself. Invoke. It need to be somewhere here itself. यहाँ पे भी एक ऑप्शन, हाँ यहाँ पे कन्वर्ट टू लिस्ट, यस यहाँ पे कन्वर्ट टू लिस्ट। आप लिस्ट पे भी ला सकते हो इस चीज को, ये मतलब जैसे कि इस वाला जो है इसको मैं कन्वर्ट टू लिस्ट भी बना सकता हूँ। मैं पावर क्वेरी में भी ये हो जाता है। अगर आप मैनुअली करके इसको स्टैटिक लगाना चाहते हो, वो स्टैटिक भी हो सकता है, डायनामिक भी हो सकता है। ओके, वैसे फ्लेक्सिबिलिटीज है पावर बीआई में, मैं आपको वो चीज बता रहा था।
नहीं समझ में आया सर वो एक्चुअली, नहीं क्लियर नहीं हुआ मुझे।
जी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मैं आपको एक लिस्ट बना के दिखा देता हूँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ओके, तो अगर समझ लीजिए आपको यहाँ पे एक काउंट रोज वाला एक ऑप्शन आता है, ऐसा वाला। ओके, तो इससे यहाँ पे काउंट आ जाता है। आपको एक इंडेक्स क्रिएट कर सकते हो आप, ऐड इंडेक्स कॉलम, समथिंग लाइक दिस। आपके पास अभी 0 से 1 आ गया। ओके, तो आप ये जो है ना, ये जो कॉलम, एक कॉलम को आप रेफर कर सकते हो डैक्स में, सेइंग दैट अभी फिल्टर में आपको एक इसको ऐसा कर दूंगा, एक मिनट। ओके, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे आपके पास आपके पास एक कॉलम है जिसको हम लोग क्या बोलता है, यहाँ पे इंडेक्स है। ओके, इंडेक्स कहाँ से है ये आपके पास, ये आपका स्टार्ट होता है 0 से लेके आपको 9000 ब्ला 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 तक एंड होता है। तो मैं आपको ये थोड़ा सा फिक्स करके दिखाऊंगा। यहाँ पे मैं क्या करूंगा कि यहाँ पे मैं एक डैक्स लिखूंगा। यहाँ पे देखिए बहुत ही सिंपल, मुझे क्या करना है कि मेरा जो फर्स्ट 10 रोज है उसका मुझे सम निकालना है। तो मैं क्या करूंगा, मैं यहाँ पे जाऊंगा, एक मेजर क्रिएट करूंगा। मेरे पास रहिए आप, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं यहाँ पे। ओके, मैं यहाँ पे बताऊंगा कि एक ये कैलकुलेट करूंगा। आई विल से सम ऑफ 10 rows, something like this, sum of 10 rows। तो मैं यहाँ पे क्या करूंगा कि मैं बोलूंगा कैलकुलेट ओके, और मैं यहाँ पे क्या बोलूंगा कि सम ऑफ किसका बोलूं मैं, सम प्रॉफिट ही ले लेता हूँ, प्रॉफिट, सम ऑफ प्रॉफिट। ओके, यहाँ पे मैं क्या करूंगा, यहाँ पे मैं एक फिल्टर डालूंगा। देखिए यहाँ पे मैं एक फिल्टर डालूंगा। फिल्टर डाल के मैं क्या करूंगा कि यहाँ पे मैं टेबल डालूंगा। टेबल है मेरा ऑर्डर टेबल, ORDER, ऑर्डर टेबल। तो यहाँ पे फिल्टर कंडीशन देना पड़ेगा मुझे। मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, मेरा जो इंडेक्स है ना, जो इंडेक्स मैंने जो कॉलम बनाया था ना, तो उसको मैं बोलूंगा कि जो कुछ भी ऊपर, नहीं जो कुछ भी ऊपर 10 है, नहीं तो नीचे 10 के नीचे, 10 के ऊपर, समथिंग लाइक दिस। ओके, तो आप ऐसा कंडीशन डाल के देखिए। अभी आप ऐसा कंडीशन डाल के एंटर करोगे ना, तो अभी मेरे पास एक कार्ड बन गया। देखिए अभी मेरे पास एक सम कार्ड बन गया। अभी मैं यहाँ पे कार्ड पे मैं इसको विजुअलाइज करूंगा ना, यहाँ पे देखिए, अगर मैं इसको कार्ड में विजुअलाइज करूंगा ना यहाँ पे, तो मेरे पास है सिर्फ मतलब जो
10
ऊपर के जो 10 नीचे के जो 10 है उसका है, ओके, मतलब ग्रेटर देन 10, ओके। तो अगर मैं उसको लेसर देन 10 कर दूंगा ना, यहाँ पे देखिए, तो ऊपर के जो 10 है ना उसका सिर्फ उनका ही मिलेगा। यहाँ पे देखिए मुझे, सो ऊपर के जो 10 है उनका सम है, वैसा मैं कुछ कर सकता हूँ सर।
ओके
ओके,
ओके सर।
थोड़ा आपको पहले थोड़ा करने में थोड़ा दिक्कत हो सकता है, बट अगर आप एक बार इसको कर दिया ना, इसको बार बार करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है आपको। तो आपको सिर्फ वहां पे डेटा रहता है पाइपलाइन पे, वो पावर बीआई लेगा उसको, डेटा को प्रिपेयर करेगा और उसको विजुअलाइज कर देगा। ये यहाँ पे जो ह्यूमन इंटरवेंस है, जो बार बार कॉलम को लो और उसका सम डालो, वो जो पार्ट है ना वो हट जाता है सर। ओके, दैट इज द
Okay.
रीजन व्हाई पावर बीआई इज सो पॉपुलर दीस डेज।
सर एक मॉडल 3 में भी एक क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि टोटल सेल्स
जी।
टोटल सेल्स मेजर्स विद अ फिल्टर सेगमेंट इक्वल टू कारपोरेट इज नीडेड, मींस वो समझा नहीं क्या?
देखिए, ये जो फिल्टर वाला जो स्लाइसर है ना, या बहुत बहुत अलग अलग तरीके से कर सकते हो। ओके, सो लेट्स अज्यूम ये मेरा फिल्टर है, मैंने सिर्फ 10 का ले रहा हूँ यहाँ पे। इसको मैं यहाँ पे ये जो फिल्टर है ना ये वाला, इसको मैं यहाँ पे हटा के मैं ऐसा बता सकता हूँ कि कॉर्पोरेट, वो जो कौन सा है, कैटेगरी, राइट, कैटेगरी, हाँ कैटेगरी, ये जो शायद यही हो सकता है कैटेगरी। ओके, कैटेगरी इज इक्वल टू कॉर्पोरेट। ऐसा मैं बोल सकता हूँ, शायद मेरा स्पेलिंग सही होगा। अगर सही है तो हाँ देखिए, शायद गलत गलत हो सकता है। अगर सही है तो वहां पे आ जाता है। ओके, वो देखेंगे अगर कैटेगरी में कौन से है। सी वो कॉर्पोरेट मेरा कैसा था?
कैपिटल लेटर का वही है।
कुछ दिक्कत है यहाँ पे। हाँ, आप ऐसा भी आप मतलब कंडीशन ले सकते हो, और नहीं तो आपके पास एक ऑप्शन भी है जिसको हम लोग, अगर समझ लीजिए मेरा पास ऐसा है, एक सम प्रॉफिट ऐसा भी कुछ है मेरे पास। लेट्स मैं आपको वैसे ही मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, और इसके ऊपर मुझे एक स्लाइसर डालना है जिसमें कैटेगरी इज इक्वल टू सो एंड सो है। तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, देखिए मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, मैं यहाँ पे न्यू मेजर पे मैंने क्यों क्लिक किया, मुझे क्लिक करना था क्विक मेजर पे। मैं एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी, मैं क्विक मेजर पे क्लिक कर रहा हूँ। क्विक मेजर पे मैं जब क्लिक करूंगा ना, मेरे पास एक पॉपअप आएगा, और इस पॉपअप में मैं क्या करूंगा, देखिए पॉपअप तो आया नहीं मुझे मेरे पास। ओके, क्यों नहीं आया, फिर से क्लिक करूंगा, हाँ अभी आया। तो मैं यहाँ पे मेरे पास वेरियस ऑप्शंस है, जैसे कि मैं एवरेज कैलकुलेट कर सकता हूँ, मैं यहाँ पे फिल्टर भी कर सकता हूँ। देखिए मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, देखिए यहाँ पे मैं मेरा डाल सकता हूँ, यहाँ पे मतलब ये जो मेजर है ना, मैं इसको भी डाल सकता हूँ। नहीं तो मेरा ये जो प्रॉफिट है ना सर, इसको मैं डायरेक्ट यहाँ पे डाल सकता हूँ, बेस वैल्यू सम ऑफ प्रॉफिट आ गया मेरे पास। दूसरा चीज क्या कर सकता हूँ, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, यहाँ पे जो कैटेगरी है ना, इसको मैं यहाँ पे डाल सकता हूँ। ओके, मैं यहाँ पे कैटेगरी को डालने के बाद, क्यों नहीं आना तो चाहिए था, पैरामीटर इज रिक्वायर्ड। हाँ, सेलेक्ट वैल्यू। मैं यहाँ पे क्या कर सकता हूँ, मैं बोल सकता हूँ भाई मुझे सिर्फ वो कैटेगरी में कॉर्पोरेट नहीं है, आप देखा आपने, कैटेगरी में कॉर्पोरेट नहीं है, कैटेगरी में फर्नीचर, कॉर्पोरेट और टेक्नोलॉजी, ये 3 है। तो मैं क्या करूंगा कि फर्नीचर सेलेक्ट कर लूंगा और मैं इसको क्लिक कर दूंगा। अभी मेरे पास ये जो डैक्स बनेगा, जो नया वाला जो डैक्स है ये वाला, और इसमें क्या है कि प्रॉफिट बाय फर्नीचर है सर। यहाँ पे देखिए प्रॉफिट बाय फर्नीचर, मैं इसको क्या करूंगा, ये जो फर्नीचर है ना, इसको मैं कॉपी कर दूंगा, और इसको मैं कॉपी करके जो मेरा पहला वाला जो डैक्स था ना, उसके ऊपर मैं इसको चिपका देता हूँ। यहाँ पे देखिए, यहाँ पे चिपका देता हूँ इसको, यहाँ पे देखिए राइट नाउ इट इज 18.45। तो इसको हम लोग इसमें भी कर सकते हैं। देखिए इसको मैं क्या करूंगा, यहाँ पे मैं कैलकुलेट डालूंगा, मैं कैलकुलेट डालूंगा यहाँ पे। कैलकुलेट डालने के बाद मैं यहाँ पे क्या करूंगा कि यहाँ पे एक फिल्टर डालूंगा, फिल्टर और मैं यहाँ पे क्या बोलूंगा, टेबल का नाम दे दूंगा। ओके, दैट इज ऑर्डर 2017. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mention the column name. Column name था category. कैटेगरी ये था ना, कैटेगरी। और उसके बाद में क्या था कि फर्नीचर था, ये कंडीशन फर्नीचर था, है कि नहीं? तो मैं इसको यहाँ पे मेंशन कर दिया। तो मैं यहाँ पे और एक कार्ड बनाऊंगा आपके सामने ही, यहाँ पे देखिए मैं एक और एक कार्ड बनाऊंगा आपके सामने ही। कहाँ पे गया कार्ड? हाँ, यहाँ पे है। और एक कार्ड बनाऊंगा यहाँ पे, और ये जो वैल्यू है ना, ये यहाँ पे डाल दूंगा, देखिए ऐसा। सो देखिए दोनों का वैल्यू सेम आ रहा है। देखिए पावर बीआई इज अ वेरी रोबस्ट टूल। यहाँ पे आपको अलग अलग ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे। आप खाना सीधी तरीके से भी खा सकते हो और टेढ़े तरीके से भी खा सकते हो, खाना तो खाना है। ओके, देयर आर वेरियस मेथड्स टू डू अ टास्क। ओके, सो जी,
Okay, got it, sir.
okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Meanwhile, let me help you with the questions. So these are the questions that you have to solve for this session. Okay, अभी तक मुझे क्लैरिटी नहीं मिला है कि किन किन लोगों ने कितना कितना टास्क किया है। प्लीज आप कीजिए, बिकॉज पावर बीआई आपको दिखेगा बहुत ही आसान। मैं आपको बोलता हूँ पावर बीआई बहुत ही आसान सॉफ्टवेयर है। अगर आप इसको प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे ना, मतलब इफ यू डोंट गेट वेल वर्स्ड विद द टेक्नोलॉजी, इट कैन बी रियली डिफिकल्ट। Repeat again, it can be really difficult. That's the reason I always request all our team to stay with me, do with me, and अगर आपको कुछ help चाहिए तो I'm there to help you out. Okay, so I normally teach something like this. I do a small task, then I give it to my students. They will do it, and I'm a bit I'm a bit okay with that. Then I will give you another task. Okay, I will do the task and I will give the task. Something, this is the normal teaching what we follow. Okay, but we have changed a little bit, we have tweaked it as you have requested. Okay, so पहला मैंने आपको डैशबोर्ड बनाया, सब कुछ बनाया, बाद में आपको ये सारा का सारा चीज करना है, मैंने आपको दे रहा हूँ. Okay, and we request you to do this particular task. Okay, and let me know, okay, if you are facing any kind of problem, or if you have done any specific task, kindly let me know so that I get some confirmation. Right now I haven't received any kind of confirmation on these 3 tasks. Okay, so I just want to reconfirm, have you have you checked on admin control? Do you have admin access? Maybe people may not have admin access. Okay, so you can just type we don't have admin access. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so I want you to create the workspace. So if you have pro license, you will be able to create a workspace. If you have a free license, you won't be able to create a workspace. Okay, so adding to that, add and remove users. I want you to create users, add users and remove users if you have that particular access. Third is I also asked you to basically check the lineage. Okay, yes.
So point number 1, we are no one here is an admin control. I believe no one has admin control. First point. Second, create a workspace and remove users. So I have created workspace, though I have free license only. I have created one Power BI report. I have created one Power BI workspace also, dashboard. Publish the same report into
Beautiful.
the workspace that I have done. But I'm not sure how to do add and remove users.
आपके पास एक्सेस नहीं रह सकता है सर, दैट्स द रीजन.
Free license. So that is not possible for me.
Yes.
बट अपने पास है ना सर प्रो, तो नहीं हो रहा है ना.
तो मेरा query. Yeah, so point number 1 and 2 completed from my side. I have published the
I'm
dashboard
extremely
in
sorry.
my workplace
I'm extremely sorry, Rathod. Can you be a little bit closer to your mic?
This is Sunit. This is Sunit. I am speaking from Rathod's mic. This is Sunit. I have completed point number 1, means I don't have admin license. Point number 2 and 3 also completed.
Beautiful.
Will I be able to check Lineage because I have only free license?
Sorry, sir, I didn't get you.
So will I be able to check the Lineage because I have only
Lineage.
free
Sorry,
license?
lineage. Yes, yes, you will be able to
Yes,
check the
yes.
lineage. If you are not able to check the lineage, then share your screen. I'm there to help you out.
Okay, let me check that.
ये लीजिए सर।
पहले login करना पड़ेगा। Set down हो गया। Any further doubt तब तक पूछ लो।
मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर कर देता हूँ तो
I'm able to see your screen.
तो ये सर मेरा स्क्रीन है राठौड़ का।
Okay. Yes, Rathod. Okay, so that's absolutely fine.
तो इसमें डिप्लॉयमेंट वाला नहीं दिख रहा है सर मुझे।
Okay. So, can you click on the workspace? Okay, manufacturing workspace or any workspace. Yes, that's the workspace. Can you click on new? Okay. So here you have to upload one dashboard, any dashboard that you have built in Power BI. I'm not worried about the visualization. I'm not worried about anything. Just take upload kar dijiye. Okay, local file. Yes, local file. Any dashboard. Yes, any dashboard. So it's getting loaded. It will be visible right now. You can just refresh it once. Yes, you got it right. So here you have something called as view, right? View. Sorry. मैं आपको annotate कर दूंगा यहाँ पे. You have view, right? Okay. Click on view. So you have lineage, sir. You can click on lineage. Click on it. हाँ, wonderful. यहाँ पे देखिए आपके पास गेटवे है. Okay. पहले से ही आपके पास है. तो you have this data from coming from here. Okay. और ये XLSX है source file. Okay. So
Yes,
what you have done is from XLSX, you have taken this to data. So this is the base data. From base data, you are creating a report.
Yes.
Clean and clear, sir. Sanjay, I think Sanjay was having a question.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Great. Okay, guys.
Sunit sir.
Let me share the screen.
सुनीत सर स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहे हैं।
जी जी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कीजिए कीजिए।
अपने को नहीं दिखेगा सर।
Yes, Sunit, I can see your screen. Okay. So you have a workspace called as my workspace. You have training and as well as you have file, training file as well. Okay. So you have a free account. So you have a free account. That's good. So if you are able to help me with the question, I'm happy to help you. Sunit, I need the question. You have the same issue with the lineage, or is it something different?
Seeing through free account, or we need a pro account for that?
Sunit sir wants to check lineage.
Lineage. Acha, lineage. So can you click on training files? Training files. Yes, that is also fine. Okay, आप वहाँ से भी आप जा सकते हैं. Okay, so can you click on these 3 dots? I mean, just beside. See. So here you have something called as open lineage as well. Open lineage view. जी देखिए वहाँ पे. हाँ, आप देख सकते हैं. यहाँ पे देखिए पावर BI प्रो आइस लाइसेंस चाहिए, पावर BI प्रीमियम लाइसेंस, वैसा कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है लीनिएज को देखने के लिए. बट अगर आपको डेटा फ्लो में काम करना है तो आपको प्रीमियम लाइसेंस चाहिए. Okay, and you need data flow when you have a larger amount of data, like when you have 10 GB, 20 GB of data. Okay, so then you need. So right now, Sunit, we are able to see that you have 3, what I can say, files. One is called as order 2018. You have order 2017. You have people table. So these are the 3 different files. One is in SLXX, one is CSV, and third is also CSV. Okay, all these 3 are being collected in data, what I can say, training file. Okay, so Sunit, can you do something like this? आप आपका Power BI जो है वो आप खोल दीजिए, and can you see how this training file is going to look like? It's completely up to you. If you are interested, you can do that. I want you to basically open Power BI. Okay, open your Power BI. हाँ जी, open your Power BI. Okay.
This is how my looks like. I just created a random chart so
Good,
that
good.
I can have created as a dashboard and as a report also. This is how my report looks like.
I got it, but Sunit, see, whenever we create this dashboard, so you need to be also specific. See here, see what is actually happening. I'm just going to help you with the same. Okay. This is the chunk. This is the chunk. Agree? So you have these lines. You have these lines which are actually dividing that particular pie chart or the segment.
Right.
See what is going
so
to happen. Yes, sir. What is going to happen here is when you have too many categories. Okay. When you have too many categories. Okay. So you have these kind of issues. So I don't want to call this as a kind of issue, but you won't be able to exactly identify. आप यहाँ पे exactly दिखा नहीं सकते कि ये कौन सा है. Okay, ये कौन से category का है. We are sure that this is furniture, but inside furniture, you are not able to drill it down very specifically. So for that, you have to unnecessarily hover on it. आपको इसके ऊपर visualization के ऊपर hover करना पड़ेगा इसको जानने के लिए. देखिए, आपको क्लिक नहीं करना है, सिर्फ hover कीजिए बस, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. आप हाँ सिर्फ hover कीजिए. देखिए ये this is technology accessories. Accessories. देखिए this is copiers.
Okay.
हाँ यहाँ पे देखिए this is machines. So being into BI industry, selecting the right visual is very much important. आप यहाँ पे गलती करोगे ना तो आपके जो visualization में कोई दम नहीं रहेगा. I'm just giving you a small feedback here. Okay.
Yeah, agree. I just created it with
Sure.
whatever way. I just wanted to chart. That,
Sure.
that has to be put as a report, and I had to create a workspace. That was the only objective.
Sure.
to
That
create.
is really good. I'm really happy that you have done that. Congratulations. Okay, guys. So I think we are done with this session. Okay, if you have any questions, I'm there to address, or else we will be able to wrap this.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, guys. So please do your assignments and publish them. Okay, we are there to help you out if you have any kind of difficulty. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. Have a nice day. Bye.